Well, welcome to the Sugar and Crumbs kitchen. Well, we are ever so pleased to have Amy back in the kitchen. How cool is that?
I know.
Doesn't seem 5 minutes ago since you were last here.
I know.
Last month, October, wasn't it? Something like
Was
that.
Was that?
Well, any of you who watched Amy last time, you've all been asking, can she come back? And the girl has agreed to come back. The girl. How old are you? The girl.
The girl. I'll take that. I'll take that.
Absolutely. So she's agreed to come back. She's back in the kitchen. Now, if you remember when she was here last time, she made a fabulous dahlia. I'm just making sure I've got that word right.
Yes, dahlia.
Good, because I have a terrible habit of saying Delilah.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but she made a fabulous dahlia. And today, what are you making today?
Today I'm going to make a nice Avalanche Rose. We're going to make some leaves, some berries, all in nice wintry, Christmassy bouquet kind of colours.
Oh, that's really good, isn't it?
Yeah.
Fantastic. So, we've just been rabbiting a little while the audience builds up. So now let's do a proper intro. This is Amy Archibald from
Aberdeenshire. Couture Wedding Cakes by Sweet Cheeks Limited.
Now you know why I didn't say that. She's from Aberdeenshire.
I am.
Yeah. And what's the name?
Couture Wedding Cakes by Sweet Cheeks
Where
Limited.
does Sweet Cheeks come?
It actually, it was one of my mum's friend's husband when I was little. He used to call me Amy Sweet Cheeks.
Oh, did he? Oh, that's lovely, isn't it?
He died like quite suddenly. It was quite sad.
I was just going to say that's lovely, but
No, I know, but the Sweet Cheeks kind of thing just came
that's
from
nice,
that.
isn't
Yeah,
it?
so
That's
there's
nice.
behind
I know
it.
I've asked you that before, but I
Yeah.
always forget.
Yeah.
So now you know how I always forget the title. But anyhow, she's here, back in the kitchen again, which is great. So, as usual, we have got Laura and Marie in the kitchen. Hi, girls.
Hi.
See, they get called girls as well. Them are girls. So, hi, girls. So, Laura, come on then. Give us the intro. Let us know
Okay.
who's here. Shout out how the audience is doing.
Yes, so as Carol said, it takes a few minutes just for everyone to connect, to remember that we're here, get the notification and join us on the live. So just while everyone's getting comfy and getting settled, just to recap, this is the Sugar and Crumbs kitchen. So you're here for a Facebook Live demonstration. And as we always say, what happens in the Sugar and Crumbs kitchen stays in the Sugar
Absolutely.
and Crumbs kitchen. I know we say that all the time, but we do have new members who watch us week in, week out. So hi to anyone that's new this evening. Say hi, introduce yourself in the comments. And if you've got any questions that are relevant to the live today, just pop them in the comments. If we don't get round to you, we will catch up during the week. The feed moves really, really quickly. And just to try and stay on topic and just pack as much as we can in, we try not to stop Amy too much and go backwards and forwards. So if you do miss any of the live or you can't stay for the whole session, it will be pinned to the top of the Facebook page when we're finished, and you can always catch up on YouTube as well. You'll also see Maria going over Amy's shoulder throughout the live.
You're used to it now, aren't you?
And as you're aware, Maria makes these fantastic 1-minute videos that get transferred over to YouTube and will also pop up on our Facebook page as well. So it's all the really important bits squished into a fantastic 1-minute video, and they're just great for recapping. Like I say, it's all the important bits all squished into a minute. If anyone's interested in purchasing any of the products that Amy uses this evening, just head over to the Sugar and Crumbs website. It's sugarandcrumbs.co.uk. We do have a Facebook Live must-haves list, so you can head over to there and everything's in the one section for you, or you can shop by brand or use the search bar at the top of the page. So there's lots of familiar names, too many to read out, and I always forget someone and upset someone, so hi to everyone that's watching. Hi to everyone that's watching, and like I say, enjoy the live. I've said this before, it's nice to be nice, so only positive comments please. We do appreciate anyone who can answer anyone else's queries if I miss it or anything like that. So enjoy.
Fantastic. Right, with Amy being in the kitchen, she actually has some products that I don't actually stock. So it's a little bit different. So you've got 2 places to shop tonight. It was like when she was here last time. Amy actually has her own range of cutters. The thing with smaller companies as well, that when they start selling out to the trade, it just makes the markup so much bigger. It's not actually worth it. So when Amy came last time, and the same this time, my ethos is, you know what, Amy, let's not put it through Sugar and Crumbs. Let's go direct to you. So there's 2 ways to shop tonight. So if you're looking for your tools, your paste, your colours, everything else, come to the Sugar and Crumbs FB must-haves. There is a link attached to this as well, and this is a link to Amy's actual page, and she has a shop on there where she sells the cutters. Now the dahlia cutter went really well last time, isn't it?
Yeah.
Fantastic. It's an amazing cutter. Maria did a fantastic 1-minute video. I know you all loved it. It's gone absolutely wild, and we love it as well. So we're hoping and we're going to get the same thing for the rose. You bought lots of goodies. What's that?
That is
I'm looking at that all day.
Yeah, Dusty Miller.
A Dusty Miller. What's a Dusty Miller?
Just a nice leaf.
Ah, Dusty Miller. Right, okay then. And then we've got
The large rose cutter.
large rose cutters,
Standard leaf.
standard leaf.
Single English rose.
Ah, right. So just going to put them there.
Yeah.
So we've got the single English rose. Oh, it's got the writing on
Yeah,
there.
it tells you what it is.
God. That would help. The standard leaf, and there's free cutters in there, isn't there?
Yeah.
So these are straight off Amy's website. So if you're looking for the cutters, they're straight off Amy's website. And that one there is the large rose petal, and it's a set of 3. And that's the Dusty Miller. I love that leaf already. I've never seen that, you know.
Yeah, it's in a
Have you
lot
seen
of
that?
bridal bouquets. It's really, really nice. It's a very pale green colour, so it's nice.
And are we
for-
using that tonight?
Maybe.
Maybe.
We'll see how we go.
And this is what we used last time. So if you missed it when Amy was in the kitchen last time, do go back and look for that video, because for those of you who watched it last time, you absolutely loved it. She smashed it. It was a fantastic flower. And that's a nice set. You've got everything in that set, haven't you?
Yeah, and it can be used for sunflowers as well,
Yeah.
gerberas, things like that. It's a bit of a multitask.
And these are squires, aren't they?
Squires
So-
Veners, yes.
So the Squires Veiners, you can buy them off our website, okay? Do you want to tell us what they are?
This is just the standard leaf veiner. This is the very large tea leaf rose veiner. I think I've got that round the right way. And that one there is one of the lily ones, but I basically use all them
All
for
of
a
them.
multitude of flowers.
Fantastic. Well, we're glad to have somebody in the kitchen who knows how to use them, which is absolutely brilliant. And we're using lots of other goodies tonight, which Amy is going to go through. So it's going to be a super night. We're going to try and stay quiet because there's a lot of concentration involved. I learnt that from the last live that we did. Carol needs to shut mouth and let her get on with the demonstration. So I'm going to try and be very quiet. Amy is a very confident young lady. I did tell you last time she does her own classes. She does them up and down the UK. I did ask last time, would you be interested in Amy coming doing a class in the Sugar and Crumbs kitchen next year, 2020? So we're going to sort out some diary dates because there was a lot of positivity from there. So if you are local to Manchester or you feel you want to come up to the Sugar and Crumbs kitchen, please look out for next year's diary dates, because after this live we're going to get Amy to sort herself out and see what diary dates that she can come up with for next year, and we're going to get her in the kitchen and do some fantastic deals, aren't we?
Yeah.
Fantastic. It'd be lovely to have you here. Right, so should I get out of the way then?
Yeah.
Let you fly. Right,
Good
brilliant.
idea.
I've got a coffee ready. Off we go.
Good idea. So, I'm just going to move some of this out the road. We're going to start off with the Squires paste. So I use the Squires pretty much for all my flowers, to be honest with you. It's never let me down. It dries really, really quickly, which is good because when you've got a lot of flowers that's got a lot of petals to them, they need to dry quick.
Yeah.
Definitely. We don't want floppy flowers. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with this Avalanche Rose. Now for the Avalanche Rose, I use the English Rose petal cutter, but I also use the large rose petal cutter. Now the reason I use the two is because the centre of your Avalanche Rose is really tight, it's really nice and enclosed, and you can, I find that when you're using this single petal cutter here, you can get a right nice tight centre. It then splays out into quite a big flower. It's like one of my favourite roses. So this petals on this one here, which is the large rose petal cutters, are really wide, which is absolutely perfect for making an Avalanche Rose. So I'm going to stop wittering and I'm going to start. We've got a little poly ball here. So I always use poly balls with my flowers just because it keeps them lighter. If you can use like flower paste as a centre, but you end up with this great big wanging flower. It's really, really heavy and it can like totally tear strips out of your cakes, which is not ideal. So we've got some wires here. So this is a 22 gauge. So what we're going to do is we're just going to pull the wire out, put that to the side. So you're literally going to take your poly ball and you're going to stick your wire right through the centre, like so. You then want to take it into the middle of the wire, okay? Turn it round and you're going to twist. So some people like to glue cocktail sticks in or hot glue their wire in. I've not got time for that. So this is how we do it here.
It's funny how people have all their different ways of doing things, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'll sit down there because I always forget when I sit here. Oops, you forget to talk to the camera the right way.
Okay.
So then the audience see you looking at me, but really I need to be where Laura is.
So
they're all used to me.
You can see how nice and tight that is. You want that to be tight. If you've got this too loose here and this wires is not tight, you then get what you call floppy flower syndrome. So when you've got your flower made and you've got this big gap here, it moves about like that, which is no use. Okay, so we'll just put that to one side at the minute. We're just going to take some flower paste and we're going to colour it. So as I said, we're going to do the winter colours. So, I know.
I'm eyeballing something.
So,
you know what the Christmas present is, Laura?
A really nice burgundy kind of red Avalanche Rose. So for that, I'm going to use some of this colour splash burgundy, but I like to mix colours up, so I put in a bit of everything. I'm going to use some violet. I might use a little bit of red as well, just for the crack. So,
good.
well, it's like, let's just use it, see what you get.
Yeah, absolutely.
We say this to people quite often because everyone has their own ways of doing things, and it's the same with colours. It doesn't have to be exactly what you've made this evening.
No.
When people are making their own version, doesn't matter if the shade is exact or not.
Exactly.
If someone prefers it a bit darker, great. If
Yeah.
someone prefers it a bit lighter. If you've got a different brand of colours, fine.
Totally.
Exactly. Yeah.
Totally. So I'm just taking enough out of the packet because you need a lot of petals. Ooh, do you have an apple tree? I forgot to ask you that.
Not on me.
Anything similar?
Not on me, but I'll go and find something.
Yeah. Or even like, yeah.
Something similar. Just, let me just go rooting round cupboards. Now. Go on, you carry on. I'll go
Okay.
rooting round cupboards.
I'm just standing here thinking, oh, I forgot about that. So organised. Not. Right, so I'm going to just take a little bit of Trex. If you put plenty Trex in your flower paste, it stops it from drying out and it stops your hands from being so coloured as well when you're whacking loads of colour in like I do. So you need to soften it up a good bit. I always go into the shop and get apple trees and Tesco's, and all the old biddies standing with their trolleys are looking at me unloading the apples like I'm like stealing stuff, and I'm like, I just want some cardboard.
Well, these two.
Aye, perfect. So this is the burgundy. Hold on, I'm just gonna squeeze from the top.
Just leave them in the snap down here.
Brilliant, thank you.
Do you want any wipes for your hands?
Oh no, we'll be fine.
Yeah.
So
Laura, do you want more showing?
No thanks.
you can see I've put quite a lot of colouring in there. You kind of have to for the deeper colours. It does go everywhere, but that's fine.
Love the dark colours,
I
aren't they
don't
fabulous?
Oh, like see when you've got like the really deep roses and stuff, it always looks amazing.
I've never really done much with sugarcraft really. Well,
I mean,
I'm a bit of a happy slap it, put it together type of girl.
yeah. Aren't we all?
I don't know, you're fairly artistic. I've had a look at all your stuff, it's absolutely brilliant. And that dahlia last time was stunning, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
the pink one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do love a dahlia.
Looking
Do you know what I remember when I first started doing cakes, I was absolutely petrified of flowers. And sometimes, you know, when things pop up in your timeline,
Yeah.
and I've got these supposed to be peonies, but they're a mix between a cabbage and I don't know what.
Yeah,
and
funny,
like,
isn't it? It's
and
a bit
I
like
was
my
so proud of that as well.
It's a bit like my piped buttercream ones. I'm never sure whether they look like a peony or not, but everybody seems happy with them. Far from sick, all your stuff is beautiful.
Thank you. It's a labour of love, isn't it? Right, so you can see that's a nice
That's
burgundy
beautiful, isn't it?
shade,
Yes.
but for me, that's not deep enough. So we're going to add in a little bit of red and a little bit of violet. My hands are ringing already. Hally racket, as they say up in Aberdeenshire. So it will make your paste a little bit softer, but that's fine.
So just while Amy's mixing the colours through, just to recap, we've got Amy back in the kitchen. Amy was back here, was previously here with us in about October, I think it was.
Yeah.
The weeks and months just go. And so Amy's doing an Avalanche Rose for us this evening. So as we said on the last live, Amy's got her own set of cutters that we've put a link on our website too. So for anyone who's interested in using the cutters that Amy's going to show you shortly, just head over to Amy's website. We have put a link through our Facebook Live must-have section on our website, just so it makes it easy for everyone to buy. If you can't stay with us for the whole live, or you've missed any of the beginning, you can catch up when we're finished. So the whole live will be pinned to the top of the page, and it will also get transferred over to YouTube as well. So don't worry if you've missed any bits. If you can't stay with us for the whole session, that's absolutely fine. You can always catch up when we're done.
But it'd be nice if you could stay the whole session.
Would be. We're here, so you know, come on, put the effort in.
I know, we're here slogging away. So you can just see that that's deepened that down to a nicer kind of shade. So this colour should still keep developing. Normally they do kind of develop for a few hours, don't they?
Yeah. It's amazing how they do change colour, isn't it?
It is quite fascinating, yeah. Because it's the same, we have this conversation with buttercream, obviously we use buttercream loads.
Yeah.
And it happens all the time.
Right, that's a nice shade. That's a lot better. My hands are a nice shade as well. Oh, that's totally cool. Right, there we go. Chuffed with that. So that's going to be a perfect shade for a nice winter coloured rose. There we go. So we'll just put that to one side. So, top tip when you're making flowers: no fat petals. We like thin petals. If you've got fat petals,
She's obviously been watching me too many times.
if you've got fat petals, the flowers never look realistic. I mean, let's get it out there. My flowers are not botanically correct, but they're very pretty. The bride is happy with them. You know, I've not got like 4 days to spend on one rose, but I like them to look as realistic as possible, and also pretty. So, very quickly I learned that if you make your petals too fat, they just don't look right. They look horrendous. So, what I do is, obviously I'm going to start cutting out my petals, have a tiny little bit of paste, because if you've got a tiny little bit of paste like this, then it's obviously going to roll really thin. Whereas if you've got a great big lob of paste, that's not going to roll thin. So start small. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take the English rose and we're going to cut 5 petals out to start with. Okay. Did you give me a rolling pin, Carol?
Oh, do you know what? How many times have you asked for that today?
Several
times, I know. It's called old age.
Happens to the best of us, so it does. I'm just going to give this a little dust because it's just...
I swear to God, I forget my whole...
I'm a bit like that. It's having kids and all that, it's not sure.
I don't know whether I've got any excuses, mine are grown up.
I think they fry your brain cells, don't they? So I'm just rolling this out. It's a little bit sticky. That's okay. Once it starts to dry out a bit, it'll be easier to work with. So, as thin as you can. Doesn't matter if you get creases in it. So, you can see that's quite thin. That's perfect actually. Almost like paper, but not quite. I'm just gonna get rid of that bit. Okay, so we're cutting out 5 of these. So the cutters are sharp. You do not need to put any weight on them. Literally, you're just putting your hands on and rolling them around. Like, I've lost count the amount of times I've done classes and people have been like, this really hard, and my cutters come back all misshapen. And I'm like, no. Makes my heart bleed. So you can see just how thin that is. Okay. This to one side. So what we're going to do is we're going to thin these again, we're going to lengthen them, and we're going to use this veneer, the rose tea leaf veneer from Squires. So, as a rule of thumb, I'm not going to swear, I'm going to spell it. Everybody laughs when I say this, but they don't forget it. Always have your tip to your TIT. You won't go wrong. So you'll always, you'll not go wrong. What you're going to do is you're going to use your rolling pin, or equally you can use one of these little cell pins. You're not going to roll over this area here, you're rolling on the outside. So what you're doing is you're lengthening the petal and you're thinning it. And it kind of retains its shape as well. Okay, so we do that with all 5. Super duper easy to do.
Have you been making flowers for a long time, Amy?
Yeah.
Do you ever get fed up of them?
I'd be lying if I said no. Like, I don't get fed up with them when I've got to make clusters of them for cakes, but you know, if someone decides that they want like flowers all around the cake and you're on your 15th rose and you're like, oh.
Losing the will to live.
Yeah, then I'm a bit like, oh god damn it. And I always say that I'm going to be super organised and I'm going to have them all done in advance. And then I'm up to
You just never do you?
No.
Before you know it, that super organised. We do that in the office, don't we?
Yeah.
We're going to do this. We're going to be ready. We're going to
loads of time. We're going to be dead organised.
Yeah. And then you're running about like a blue bummed flea trying to get it all done and getting annoyed with yourself. And everyone's like, what's wrong? And I'm like, don't talk to me.
Yeah.
That's exactly how it is.
And then it takes one person to go, yeah, but you knew about this ages ago.
I can't know. That's it, yeah. That's when I lose it. I'm like, it's like verbal diarrhea. Give me a gin, I'm going to shut the cake from the door. Don't come in unless the house is burning down. Basically, yeah, it gets a bit like that.
Well, I think that's how we all are. I think we've had these similar conversations with other people that have been in the kitchen. Yeah.
I don't know what it is. I mean, do you know what? It's funny because Ian said to me the other night, because I had 3 wedding cakes last week that all had sugar flowers, they had loads of detail on them, and I was like, at the very last minute getting stuff done, and Ian's like, you've had a whole week off. Why have you not been organised? And I'm like, he's like, you spent time at your horses, you've done this. And I'm like, I don't want to work on my week off. No. Because then you're not getting any time off. I know I don't want to sit in my cake room and make flowers when I'm having a week off. I want to go to my horses till 10 o'clock at night. That's perfectly acceptable. He's like, but yeah, now you're up till 2 and you're being grumpy. I was like, don't make me grumpy. Don't tell me silly things. Right, so we've thinned these out and we're just going to, hold on, I'm just going to put them up. We're going to put them in the veneer. And we're going to vein them when my hands are not so sticky. Yeah, so we do, I think, as a general thumb rule, all the cakers are the same, aren't they?
Yeah. Definitely.
That big mould there reminds me when you go to the dentist.
I like a tooth or something. Yeah.
You know when they do it and they come back with an imprint of your teeth.
Yeah. Right, so what I've done is, because these are quite soft, I'm just going to let them sit because I'd really like them to be a little bit leathery before I apply them to the bud. Did I say what size that bud was? That ball? I think it's a 30 mil.
30 mil.
Yeah.
I think someone did ask before actually, and I meant to come back to it.
Yeah. I get very confused. Like, you know, when I sometimes order them from China, and I don't know who measures balls in China, but sometimes they're not what they say they are on the packet.
Have you ever tried ordering an outfit from China when they say large?
Stop it. Yeah. My cousin
It's like,
did it.
yeah, but you go on Amazon and you see a top, and you see a top and it says like, I always have to, I'm not going to, we definitely aren't going down the one size fit all.
No.
There's definitely something wrong there. But let's just say I'm a nice big bonny girl. So if I order an extra large, it still only comes to the size to fit Maria.
Yeah. No, I've seen so many Facebook fails, as they call them.
It's very rare I order anything off Amazon clothes-wise, but now and again something just pops up and you think, I think I'll give that a go. You know?
I ordered a fascinator for Amazon because we've got the periphrases coming up early next year, and I like to be organised, and I've got my dress and ordered this fascinator. I was like, oh, that's not too bad a price. I'll order that up. Holy hell balls! It came in a bag, and it was squished to within an inch of its life, to the point I was like, yeah, that just needs to go straight in the bin.
Oh no.
And that was through Amazon.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Direct from China.
Yeah. Yeah, it was actually direct from China.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
You
Right.
get it and you think, I now know why, because it looks like a reputable retailer,
Yeah.
doesn't it? Because they use an English name and stuff like that. And then you
And
get
really
it.
it's Hong Sing Chong
Yeah.
sending it to you, isn't it? Right, so while these are just getting a chance to be a little bit leathery, I'm going to cut out another 7 petals. I'll use some board again. Yeah, China's got a lot to answer for with some of their stuff. It's ridiculous.
Don't talk to me about it. We could end up on a whole different subject.
Yeah.
Your rose will be shoved out of the way. I'll have a little go on with myself.
It's the wedding dresses that crack me
Yeah.
up.
Oh, the wedding dresses are funny, aren't they? I mean, to be fair, you can't moan about China. They produce nearly everything in the world, and
I know.
lots of stuff is so
Technology
good,
and
isn't it?
everything, yeah.
You know, everything is so good, but then you've just got the bad bits, and it's just like, holy lordy. Yeah, but it is funny that if a wedding dress, isn't it? I know I haven't ordered a wedding dress, but I know somebody who did order one, and it was like, it looked like a model of some sort of like wedding couture magazine.
Yeah.
It came, it was like polyester,
Terrible.
real
quality.
shiny,
Yeah.
real shiny, chavvy, horrible.
Do you know what always makes me laugh is when you're on Facebook and you've got that wish comes up in your
Yeah.
site suggestions with things on there.
I know.
I was like, ooh, like gimp masks and stuff. I was like, that's not even something I would look at. So why is that coming
Why
up
is it
in the
popping
site
up?
there? Yeah.
So this is the same. Is this the same size
Same
cutter?
size, yeah.
Yeah.
And we're cutting out 7 this time. If I can count. 5.
So when Amy said that she's going to leave the first lot of petals just to dry a little bit, she's literally left them on the board.
Yeah,
Not touched
flat.
them. Flat on the board. They've been in the veiner and they're just leaving them to dry. So it just changes the texture of the paste a little bit
Yeah.
for Amy to work with.
Yeah, you want them to be leathery.
Yeah.
Like when they're leathery, that's when they're perfect for applying onto the buds. They're not too floppy and that, and they hold their shape a bit better.
Yeah.
For sure. Right, so we're just going to do the exact same as what we've done. That's going a right nice deep colour now,
Yeah,
eh?
it's lovely.
I'll move that to the side.
So Amy's using the Squire's flower paste. We do sell it in different colours, but Amy's actually used white and coloured it herself using the Colour Splash colours. This is what I said before, it's totally personal choice as to what colours you use. So we've used the Colour Splash range this evening in burgundy and a little bit of Christmas red.
And
And-
violet.
Yeah, and violet, but it just totally depends on what you want. It's your personal preference, how deep you want the colour, or even if you want to use pre-coloured Squire's flower paste. Again, it's totally up to you.
I always use white in
Yeah.
colour.
And colour it.
Yeah, because it's a lot easier. Because obviously, when I'm doing flowers for wedding cakes, I always ask for a list of the flowers, what's in the bouquet.
Yes. Yeah.
Everything has to be matchy matchy. So it's a lot easier then to get the right colours.
Your colour. Yeah.
For that bride for that day. Because obviously, when they take the photos of the bride and the groom of the cake, the bouquets are always at the front of the
Yeah.
cake, so it's good to have it matching.
Yeah.
And it's good to mix up colours as well. You never know what you're going to get.
Yeah, that's
This,
true.
this,
It
that,
is
and the
nice
next
to
thing, it's
combine.
fabulous. So the thing about doing the Avalanche Rose is it does take a while, but it's amazing once it's done. I would probably charge about 30 quid for one for on a cake.
Okay.
That's good to know,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah, because they take so long. And you know they're a big flower. So when someone comes to you and says, "Oh, I'd like a cake with Avalanche Roses cascading down the side," and you say, "Oh yeah, they're 30 quid each," you're like, "Oh, maybe not."
Let's change the budget.
Yes.
I'll have one. And a couple of buds and a few leaves.
So again, we're just going to vein with a squire's veiner. Oh, my hands are so
Sorry for my cough, but when I have a cough through the winter, unfortunately, is all winter. Stays with me right through to after my birthday. Lucky me.
Oh, that's not good. If you were an animal, that would put you down.
Oh, yeah.
No.
The thing is, though, it's really daft. I end up being like it every winter, and I'm just. It's just like it's like a bark. It's ridiculous. You would think I smoke cigarettes, and I've never smoked.
I just got my flu jab last week because I get so ill with the flu.
With the what?
Flu.
I thought she said with the fleas. I get so ill with the fleas.
Nice.
No, the flu.
Oh, the flu. Yeah. My thing is, I'm actually either really well, or I just start and then I just can't shift it.
That's no good. That's no good. I generally a cold and that I can cope with. Sickness, diarrhea, I can get on with, but the flu, I'm in my bed dying. And my kids are coming in, I need this, and I'm like, oh, just let me die in peace. Yeah, so I get a flu jab. Got a dead arm for a couple of days, but it's worth it, do you know, because...
Yeah, no, I get the flu jab as well.
Do you?
Yeah. Well, I'm asthmatic, so I have to have it, but it just... I think that's why I just get this funny one. I don't get the runny nose.
Full on.
Yeah.
It won't hit you properly, will it? It kind of
I
gives
don't
you a
get
bit
the
of
runny
germs
nose or anything like that. It's just a bark. that I get.
There we go. So what we'll do is just check the status of these. These could probably go on now. So you can see that although they're still floppy, they're not as soft as what they were. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. So we'll just get some glue on. Didn't vein that in, did I? Look at these.
That is a gorgeous colour.
Yeah. It's nice if you do like ivy and stuff with it.
So we don't sell this veiner. There's a couple of people who have asked. We don't sell the veiners that Amy's using.
Oh, we do. The white ones, the square ones.
Oh, the white
yeah.
ones.
Sorry, we don't sell our cutters.
Oh, the cutters. Sorry. Sorry, but they're different shapes veiners. So we showed you them at the beginning, but Amy will go through them as she uses them, just because I'm going to end up going back and forwards with comments. So as Amy uses something, she will tell you what it's called, or the shape, or the sizes if we change petals and everything like that.
So we've just got some of this edible glue. Handy. Some people use water. I like glue.
I like that little idea that she does.
I know, with the brush.
Oh yeah.
How cute, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just stops a mess on your whiteboard. So what we're going to do now is a little bit of edible glue on. So you're going to go halfway up the right hand side of the petal, just a little bit up the left. So it's a bit like a tick. There.
Ah, yeah.
So the reason that you do that is because we're always going to be secure. When you're doing this flower and you're looking at it, your inside petal here is always going to be secured down, and this is going to be the outside, so you need to leave that slightly open so you can slot in your next one.
Yeah.
Which kind of makes sense to me. But
yeah, no, it does. I'm kind of visualising it in my head, you know, seeing the petals.
Yeah, like when I do this flower in a class or whatever, people get all confused and then sometimes we'll go round and I'm like, what have you done? Do you know what I mean? Or they'll go the opposite direction of what I've shown them, and I'm like,
you've got to try and get your head around it then.
Yeah, not good. Right, so what you're going to then do is you're going to take your bud, and you're going to secure this down. Now it doesn't matter if this is messy at this point because you're not going to see any of the ball by the time the flower is finished. So we're always securing down, which would be your right side, leaving the left hand side open so that you can then slot a petal in. So then you're going to slot that right in and pull that round like so. So what you then want to do, you want to get in with some glue a little bit more. Can you see? I'm trying not to. Okay, so it will look like that okay?
Okay.
So what you then want to do is, this is the side where you didn't have a lot of glue, you're just going to stick a little bit more in, and then you're going to secure that down here. Pull it around. So this is the one that you've just put in, you're going to leave that open, like this.
Yeah.
You're then going to take another petal and slide it in as far as you can, and you must remember they need to be at the same height. You don't want any higher than the other. Okay, so once you've slid that in, secure it down there, pull over the petal that you'd previously done, and you're going to put a little bit of glue in. So what you're doing is you're putting a petal in, pushing it down, sorry, and then you're going back to the previous,
to the other one.
and pulling that over. So I mean, I've torn it a little bit here, but that doesn't matter because you're not going to see it. Okay, so it should look like this so far, and we're just going to keep going round.
Yeah.
So it goes in, get your fingers in, get that pushed down, you can pull this one around, and then we're just going to secure this. Again, last one here, in, down, and then a little bit of glue and secure the last petal. So once you've done this a few times, you really do get in the swing of it, and you'll be able to do it in your sleep, like seriously. Once you get your head around what you're doing.
Yeah.
That looks stunning, doesn't it?
Okay, so we're just going to put that to one side for the minute. I'm just going to hang it upside down in here.
Do you want to just show them that stand?
Yeah.
Okay, I've got that.
Doo-doo-doo. Mine is it?
Yeah, it's fine.
So this is an FMM stand for drying your beautiful flowers. So we'll just put that to one side.
It looks beautiful. That looks just very smooth and rich, doesn't it?
So we'll just put these to one side because these are not quite at the stage where I want them to be. Like I say, if they're too soft, it's not ideal. Right. What did I do with that paste that I mixed up?
I think you put it
in the back, didn't I? You know what time my alarm went off this morning? 4.
Oh no. One day.
Left my
That's
house.
your second trip down here, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just love going picking Amy up from the airport at 8 AM in the morning.
That people at the airport are rude.
Yeah.
Oh no.
It was.
The Manchester airport's changed. And when I picked Amy up last time from the airport, I think we told everybody that on the live last time, that basically I drove into the terminal and pulled what I thought was a pickup stop, but apparently now it's called a drop-off spot.
Oh, God.
And this guy was so rude. And then poor Amy's running up and down by the side of the car. He's telling her to get out of the way, move. He's telling me to reverse. He was rude. But we had the same thing today.
Oh, no.
So we've gone in today, so I thought I'm going to be in control of the situation today. I know what I'm doing.
I know what I'm doing. Know where I'm going. No.
The whole thing's changed again.
Oh,
so she's
no.
like, she's going, is this what happens every time we come to Manchester Airport?
It's just massive, that airport. Like Aberdeen's such a little wee
I
airport.
wouldn't mind, we were on the internal side, weren't even on the international.
Yeah. I'm just going to roll this out in here because I need this to be bigger because we're moving up the cutters now, so we're going to go for the large rose petal cutters. So I'm just going to, sorry. Yeah, Aberdeen Airport's like a postage stamp compared to Manchester. Goodness me. One way in, one way out, like absolutely nothing compared to. I get a little bit anxious when I'm in a big airport like that because I'm like, ooh,
What do I do? Where do I go?
where do we go? Yeah. And Carol was saying to me, she's like, oh yeah, and this is where I stay, and you'll remember here, you'll remember here, and I'm like, I have no sense of direction. Like seriously, it's terrible. Like I
I was pointing things out, so she clearly didn't remember.
No. Like having them at home, I'm fine. Everything's like so spaced out, like, you know, do you know what I mean? In the countryside, you know where you're going, but soon it comes into being in cities and stuff, I'm just like, Right, okay, so we're gonna go for the medium-sized cutter here. And like I say, the reason we're going for this one is, although it's not massively bigger than the shoes, I'll just compare. It's a different width.
Ah, yeah, okay.
So, we're going to cut out 9 of these, okay?
So for those people who've mentioned classes, we are sorting out the dates. We need to sort out everyone's diaries. So our diaries, Amy's diaries, who else is already in the kitchen on certain dates, but we will get Amy here to do some classes at some point. So just keep looking at the website and we will update every class, all the classes that we do, including the nifty nozzles and everything like that, all directly on the website.
I will tell you, on the run up to Christmas, which we're nearly there now, everybody's just mad busy.
Yeah.
And I have spoke to everybody. Zoe Fancy Cakes, Natalie Porter, we spoke to Amy, we spoke to Hilary Hurst, Georgie Godbold.
Yeah.
There's loads of people who want to come into the Sugar and Crumbs kitchen, but they're all busy getting their end of year stuff. And obviously we've finished all the shows now, so all the cake shows are done.
Yeah.
We're now on the run up to Christmas, and everybody just wants to get that out of the way. So
yeah.
it's not that I'm not putting in the diary, I'm just waiting for everyone to confirm. So any of those people watching, hint. So, did you get this, Amy? Hint.
Hint.
Yeah. That we do want to sort out classes, and so we will be, it may well be end of December, early January before you get to know who's in the kitchen, but we will have them all in.
Exciting times. I do like doing the classes.
We
Get to meet some lovely people.
Yeah, we get brilliant feedback as well. All the classes that we've put on.
That's good.
It's fantastic.
It's just nice to meet people as well. Like, you know, if someone follows you and
Yeah.
comment on your work and stuff on your page, and then they're like, oh, and you meet them in person, it's lovely.
Yeah, we get that obviously with the shows. And it's funny because even at work in the office, when someone rings up and answers the phone, they go, oh, it's Laura. I'm like, yeah. And they go, I recognise your voice. I'm like, oh, wonderful. And I say now I can't get away with anything.
Yeah.
That's it.
They love your voice though, don't they? They never tell me they love my voice.
I'm sure they do, Carol.
No.
I think they have trouble understanding me half the time.
Laura just always speaks so lovely though. But I think they love us all for different reasons, mainly because I'm probably a scatterhead. They love Maria because she's always got a jumper on, even in the heat wave. Even in a heat wave. Do you get that, Maria?
I can relate to that.
Yeah? Laura, because of the way she speaks.
That's
And I think
how
they just
well.
wait for me to drop a clanger every 5 minutes. If it was after 9, I might say another word, but I won't.
That's
So
funny.
this is exactly the same method as you did for other petals. So
Yeah,
you're rolling out. So it's
totally
not
is.
the bottom part, it's not the tip, it's further up.
It's further up.
Yeah.
We're just like extending them out and thinning them.
Yeah.
Like if you use a ball tool on these, I mean, you can't use a ball tool, but then they start to weave up,
Yeah.
which is not ideal. So it's just easier to do it this way. You just must try and retain the shape as much as you can.
Yeah.
But if you don't retain the shape, it's not like, don't scrap it, still use it. Because, you know, when you look at roses, none of them are perfect. None of the petals are exactly the same. Some of them have tears out of them and all
Yeah.
that kind of jazz. Which, I mean, I still use them even if I tear them, because I think it makes it a little bit more lifelike.
Yeah.
I mean, so, yes, we're getting there. Like I say, it is a lengthy process making one of these, so that's why charge accordingly,
Absolutely.
for sure. I think this is an issue, is a lot of people don't know their worth.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? Like when
Yeah.
it comes to charging and stuff. It's all about knowing your worth and charging accordingly and getting paid for what you're doing. There's no point knocking your pan in, making 4 or 5 of these for on a cake and not charging the right amount.
Absolutely.
It's a lot of work.
That's what happens the majority of the time, and we have a lot of comments on the community page about that. We have a special unit for pricing because otherwise the debate just goes on and on. But it's the same all the time. People get shown a design, they think, oh yeah, it'll only take me a few hours to do this or a few hours to do that element. If it's the first time you've done it, it could take you like double the amount of time, and then you've lost any profit that you were making.
Totally.
Yep.
The other thing is, the reason we don't like pricing on the group is because, you know, there's someone who lives in one part of the country and will use, I don't know, a certain branded product.
Yeah.
Somebody else may use a lower quality brand product.
Yeah.
Somebody can make their own products. You know, you just don't know.
Yeah, your overheads are different straight away.
You know, my son's a top chef in London, and they only use the very, very best.
Yeah.
You know, and the Michelin star type chefs.
Exactly. You can't then compare it to someone who's going to buy their ingredients from a supermarket.
Yeah.
You can't compare.
You know.
Yeah.
And that's what people forget. So when they look at it on the internet and think, well, that looks the same as mine. But when you in reality side by side, they're not.
I do think as well with the caking, it comes down to experience. You know, like I find that if you're good at what you do and you've really honed your skills and you've spent a lot of money on classes
And people can see it, can't they?
Yeah, then you're quite within your right to charge what you feel you're worth. And if people want to pay it, brilliant. If they don't want to pay it, that's not your kind of customer.
Take the stress away from you. You don't have to worry, do you?
It's not your kind of customer.
Yeah. And that's exactly the right thing, isn't it? Everybody has their own customer, you know. You know, I do see people when they're making cakes, you know, I always use branded stuff, but a lot of people will go to Aldi or Lidl.
Oh,
And,
you see, I do.
eh?
I love Aldi.
Yeah, I know, and I do as well. But what I'm saying is, there's a quality you're paying there as well for some stuff. You know, like my son only uses Verona chocolate. I like Calibut chocolate. People like Lidl chocolate. All at a different price point.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with any of them.
No.
It's what you like, isn't it? But if you're going to use Verona chocolate all the time,
You've got the price.
it's got to come into the price, hasn't it?
Yeah, I do like the Calibut. It is good, but I must admit I use Lidl's chocolate
Yeah, a lot
or
of people do.
Molly's, to be honest with you. Just because it's that bit cheaper. I think when the price of butter and all that shot up, it just made sense to move, you know, change something else just so that you weren't losing out too much.
Yeah.
But I remember I was having this conversation with someone, and I'm like, I absolutely love a fillet steak, an Aberdeen Angus fillet steak. And this is someone that was in the know. So I started shopping at Aldi's and I was buying their fillet steaks, but we used to get them in Marks and Spencer's. And it's the same steak supplied to Aldi as what it is as Marks and Spencer's.
That's quite common. Yeah.
They do all of that.
£3 cheaper.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, if they can do that, do you know what I mean? And it's like, so where's all the flour and that coming from? Is it the same place as like your big brands and Tesco's?
Well, I don't know. You see, again, I'm going to refer back to Ryan. You know, he only buys all his food off a specialist farmer in Ireland,
Right, okay.
and he won't buy it off anybody else.
Okay.
So all his customers just get it off this farmer in Ireland. It's the very best. He's had all his staff out there for training days, how the animals are looked after, what type of food they're on, and he has it. And to be fair, he has an exclusive. This guy has exclusive contracts, and one of them is Ryan. One's Harrods, one's somebody else. He'll only buy off them. But it's down to each owns market, you know. But every company will sell brands, and they may come from the same company. At the end of the day, there will be something different.
Okay.
So there has to be something different. You can't be knocking out something for Marks and Spencer's and something out for Aldi
Yeah.
and charging a different price point. There isn't. There's something different along the way.
Do you have a cocktail stick?
I do, in that cupboard right behind you.
This one here?
Top one, behind you. Top one.
This one?
Yeah. So that's why I don't allow the pricing question on the website.
Yeah, it does. It gets a mess.
It gets a mess and gets into a fight.
Yeah.
We have to come in and close comments.
Yeah. Oh, happy days.
That's great.
Closing comments. Right, okay, so I've taken a cocktail stick, and what we're going to do is we're just going to turn over one corner of our petal here. So again, it's tip to TIT. And you're going to take your
What
cocktail.
did you say then?
Tip to is what I normally say.
We're not quite to 9 o'clock.
Oh,
Yes, tip to tip. It rhymes. Everybody
say it again.
Tip to tip.
It's just before 9, so
Yeah. And the reason I say it is because A, it makes everybody laugh in the classes, and B, no one forgets it.
now.
Do you know?
Yeah.
It's just my way of teaching.
Yeah.
It kind of goes.
Like
You won't forget it. You'll be like,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So what you're going to do is you're going to take your cocktail stick. So we're just going to curl over ever so slightly the right hand side, okay? So you're just pushing down and just rolling over. And you're going to do that. Do you know what that alarm is? That's for picking up my kids from school. It's on my phone every day.
Yeah. We got something wrong. It's 8 o'clock at night. Well, it's 9 o'clock
No,
at
no.
9.
Right, so again, we're going to do this. So it's just gently. You don't want it to be like super tight because it doesn't look right. Okay.
I used to have a watch that did all times and alarms and everything. I forget which it was. What am I wearing now? A Fitbit watch. I don't know. Yours is a bit of a fancy watch. What brand is that?
Samsung.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Like you
That's
can
so
make
good.
calls and stuff with it.
Yeah.
What's it called? The iPhone watch.
Apple Watch.
Apple Watch.
Oh, is that what it's called? Right, Apple Watch. Yeah, crikey. Yeah. I used to be able to talk to people on it, have conversations on it.
Yeah.
Can't do it on here though.
No, not on the Fitbit.
Technology's amazing now.
Yeah.
It's good because you're not allowed your phone in the warehouse, but I could talk to people on my phone.
On your wrist.
On my wrist.
Like Mission
The
Impossible.
lads in the warehouse are looking at me. Why is she talking to her wrist?
Remember that Inspector Gadget cartoon?
Yeah.
All the stuff that used to come out with the watch, the umbrellas and all that.
Yeah.
That's funny. Yeah. Okay, so we're just going to let them set. And we're going to go into this petals here. We're going to apply. Exciting. Right. So you can see that these are leathery. They sound leathery as well. Any longer in the if they go too leathery, you can't put them on. They don't stick. So there's a fine line between them being just at the right
Yeah.
leatheriness. That's not even a word, is it? And like, so again, we're just putting the glue higher up on the right hand side, a little bit on the left hand side. There we go.
So do you want to just tell everybody where they can buy everything from?
Yes, so head over to sugarandcrumbs.co.uk if you're interested in purchasing any of the products that Amy's using. As we said before, the range of cutters from the previous live and tonight as well are only sold by Amy. We have put a link on our website, so if you head over to Facebook Live Must-Haves, the link will be on there direct to Amy's website for you.
Okay, so again, we're going to apply these just exactly the same as what we were doing the last time. So this was the
That's
last
firmed up a
petal.
bit now, hasn't
Yeah,
it?
you can see it's firmed
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
So it's perfect to work with. We're doing this kind of flowers. So if we just open it up slightly, and we're just going to slot in. And again, you need to remember and make sure that they're at the same height. If they're too high, it doesn't look right. So we're just going to pull this over. And it doesn't matter if you've got any like ripped bits, torn bits under here that doesn't look very nice. Once you've got all other petals on, you don't see that. No one's worried, so don't stress. Again, in, making sure that it's at the same height. So I'm always kind of checking. Glue. Pull it down slightly. In and it's stuck down.
It was all in complete silence now. It's the concentration. This
And
is what happens. We all go completely silent. It's like everyone's holding their breath. It's when people paint normally. You know, if people are painting in, and everyone just sits here just like, oh.
Who'd you get in for? Have you ever done like painted cakes and things like that?
No, we did one with Zoe. We did one with Zoe. That's the only one we've done. I'd like to do a bit more, really.
Yeah.
Zoe's a good friend of yours, isn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Emily Hankins, her cakes are amazing. Have you seen her painted cakes?
Yeah.
She's beautiful cakes.
We'll have to get in touch with her, see if she would do a
Yeah.
demo. We've never had anybody doing that. That's why we like the fact that you've come in and done some. We love it when everybody comes in and does flowers. We love it when Natalie Porter comes in and does flowers. Her flowers are amazing. You know, yours, that dahlia you did last time was just tremendous. This looks amazing as well,
beautiful.
doesn't it? You know, we've had people come in different ways. There's you know, even if it's just the quick, easy ways of doing things, it's just nice to see how everybody works, isn't it?
Yeah, because everybody works so differently.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, there's only so many ways you can make a rose or a dahlia or things like that.
Yeah.
But even because, do you know, it's just, there's just the little things that differentiate you from each other. Do you know what I mean? So
I was just going to say, try and keep it lower down so that Maria can get in.
sorry.
Shiny little Maria. Are you managing?
Yes.
I just thought with that big roll polar neck that you've got on.
To be fair, it's pretty miserable the weather today. So.
Yeah, you're in a t-shirt.
Yeah, I've had a hoodie
Warm
on
in
though.
here. Oh.
Yeah, I've had a hoodie on, so yeah,
Winter
that's my
weather, isn't
excuse.
it?
I know it's horrible.
I like the summer, although I don't like it for doing cakes when it's too hot. That's not fun.
I love warm weather.
We just don't get much of it here, do you,
Yeah.
Maria?
Maria's the only girl I know who sits in the office in the summer with the heater
I
on.
know. That's
Well,
brilliant.
I didn't do it this year. I'm improving.
Yeah, you were better this year, weren't you?
Yeah, I don't like being cold for anything. Especially where I live. You get 4 seasons in one day. It's ridiculous. Okay. So what I'm doing is I'm just going back and I'm just gluing down some of these ones here because I want them to be nice and tight. So this is the last petal here. Get your fingers right in and get it glued down. Making sure it's at the same height. There we go. So I'll leave this one open because our next layer is going to go in there. I'm just going back and making sure that this is tight because an avalanche is really tight in the centre. So you can always go back and glue any bits that need to be glued. It is quite visual when you're doing this flowers. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you have to go with it, with what it looks like each time.
Totally,
Yeah.
totally.
It looks massive now though, doesn't it?
Just you wait.
I know. No, I'm really looking forward to it. I love really big roses though.
Yeah.
Oh, they always look amazing, don't
Yeah. I do think that they're really effective. I do love a really big rose.
they? Yeah. Kind of stage are we at with this? It's not quite ready yet. Do you have in your kitchen for when it's finished a mug and some tin foil?
Yes.
Yes.
I find that when you're doing big flowers like this, if you just get some tin foil and place the flower in it,
Yep.
it keeps it nice and spread out and big.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And it works great.
A mug, did you say? Or a
Aye.
bowl?
Oh, a mug would be good. Like just your coffee mug. Yeah, perfect.
Like that?
Aye, perfect.
And then tin foil.
Aye. Didn't need a lot.
Might just have to run in the house to get tin foil.
Oh, right, okay.
Right, Laura, I'll leave you to look after everything in your capable hands. Whatever.
Of course.
In fact, I might just leave you and go and have a rest.
We're dead.
See you in an hour.
No.
I'll just pretend I'm looking for the tin foil.
Yeah, gone a while.
So while this layer here is drying a little bit, we're going to move on to our biggest size cutter, and we're going to cut out 7 of them. I'm just moving that to the side so it's out of the way. I'm not entirely tidy when I'm working. Like
You are compared to some of our other guests. Everyone normally says, I'm really, really messy. And then after the live, when we finished, we go, yeah, they were really messy.
I was watching the other night when you were doing a live and you were saying that the kitchen was like messy.
Yeah.
And I was like, God, I hope I don't go down and do
No,
that. And you're
everyone's
like,
always
so
worried.
untidy.
Everyone's always really worried that they're going to make a complete mess. It doesn't normally happen. And afterwards, we're like, you're fine, don't worry. But everyone's always really conscious of it.
Oh, when I bake at home, when I actually bake, you'd think we'd been robbed in the kitchen, and Ian comes in, he's like, you're so
Everything
messy.
everywhere.
Yeah. And he's like, why don't you just put everything away when you've used it? And I'm like, because that would be too easy.
Yeah, it doesn't happen like that. My best one is I'm still using it, and I don't know if I'm going to need it again, so just leave it there.
Aye, that's me. That's me. Yeah, it is bad. I think it's just a baker's prerogative, isn't it?
Totally, yeah.
I'm not a fan of baking, if I'm honest with you. I mean, I do it. Everything's baked fresh, but
Yeah,
I love
the decorating side. Yeah.
I hate the baking side.
It's funny, we have a lot of people who say that. We have a lot of people who say, I love to bake, but I hate decorating.
Yeah.
And then the complete opposite.
They need to come and work for me then.
Yeah, make all your stuff.
Yeah, you can bake all my stuff.
Yep.
And you can ganache if they like.
Get it all ready and prepared.
My Ian ganaches.
Really?
Aye.
Ah,
He's great.
perfect.
You'll make the ganache, and then he's figured out how to use the Pro Froster, and he works
Fantastic.
away. It's great. But he's busy studying stuff at the minute, so he's not always keen to help, which is not always handy. Especially when you're breathing out your backside. You're
Yeah.
like, and then he's like, oh, you didn't come to bed till 2. And I'm like, well, if you'd
Well,
helped
helps,
me,
yeah.
that wouldn't have been the case. So this is the biggest cutter out of the large rose petal set. We're going to cut out 7 of these, okay? So when you're doing these roses, it is very repetitive.
Yeah.
But it does make them look amazing.
Squeeze one more.
I know. It's like, yes, I will get one out.
So there's a couple of people who haven't joined us from the beginning, so just very quickly, just to explain, we've got Amy back in the kitchen with us from Couture Wedding Cakes by Sweet Cheeks, and Amy's been with us previously, so if you've missed the live Amy did for us back in October, you can always catch up with that again on Facebook or YouTube. This evening Amy is demonstrating how to make an Avalanche Rose. I think we're going to do a couple of leaves if we get a chance.
Yeah, and we'll do some, also some Hypericum berries.
Okay, I'm so glad you remembered that, because Amy said to me at the beginning of the live, remember this word, and there was not a chance I was going to remember that name.
It's yeah, it's berries. Anyway.
Berries.
We're gonna do some red berries, and I think we'll do some little wee blackberries as well, just because we can.
Yeah.
Just, you know, Carol was like, yeah, it's winter theme, and I was like,
Absolutely.
well, that's fine. I do wedding cakes. Let's do winter coloured
Yeah.
flowers.
Yeah.
So I'm busy Pinterest looking at winter coloured wedding bouquets. I was like, yeah, that'll do.
Yeah. Pinterest is great though, isn't it? I absolutely love it. It's funny when people, like, I hear people, this new phrase of a Pinterest life. Never really achievable, but it looks great. But it is only for Pinterest.
I know. Like your Pinterest wedding.
Yes.
Your Pinterest house.
Your bedroom,
Yeah.
your garden.
Pinterest hairstyles.
Yeah.
Oh, I do love it. So we are just doing the same as what we've done with all the other petals. We are not rolling over the tip here. We are rolling over the edges just to thin it out, lengthen it, trying to keep the shape best we can, but it doesn't really matter if you don't. No one's caring. We just wing it. That is the story of my life.
That's what everyone's used to on Facebook, on our viewers, to be quite honest. We say it all the time. And although we know if you're doing this, you're a professional cake, you know, to sell on, obviously you've got to take your time with it. You know, there's a lot of hard work and effort goes into a rose like this, for example. But we always say our tutorials we give is hints and tips. It's free Facebook Live pretty much every week. And it's cake, and at the end of the day you should be enjoying it. Let's not sort of go crazy if something doesn't go right or it's not quite perfect.
Yeah.
You know, still have a bit of enjoyment in it, have fun with it. It's nice to see new skills, to see different tutors in the kitchen, and to try something new. So if anyone does get a chance to try one of these with Amy's cutters, pop it on the community page. We said that to you about the dahlia, and we do have a couple of people who are brave and have put it up as a picture. But it's lovely for us to see that someone's given it a go.
And me.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, make sure you join us on the community page. If you've not actually joined as a member on Facebook when we finish the live, just search for Sugar and Crumbs All About Cake Community. There's a couple of questions that you need to answer just for us to verify your membership. But it's a free tutorial group, hints and tips. People share their ideas, share their bakes, any questions, recipes, problems, anything like that. You can just head over to the community page, and we have got the most amazing community members on there. They're so helpful.
Page is growing.
It grows. It's grown rapidly, and it's still growing massively every month. So we absolutely love it, and it astounds us every month when we see the amount of members that have joined. It really does.
It's good though.
Yeah, we love it. We're very proud of it.
So I'm just using this Square's Kitchen Beaner. This is the very large. Is it a tea leaf rose or a rose tea leaf?
Do you want to Google?
Aye, that would be good, because I've probably been saying it round the wrong way.
Well, let's not worry now.
Yeah.
Leaf tea. Oh, no. Hang on.
Well, if you don't know, I don't know.
If Google doesn't know. No, let's have a look. I think it's tea rose.
Because a tea leaf's a thief, isn't it?
Yeah. Tea rose leaf.
That's it. Yeah, I've been saying it wrong. That's totally fine.
Tea rose leaf. There we go. Doesn't matter. Everyone knows what you're talking about anyway.
Yeah. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is we just cuddled one end with that last lot. We're going to cuddle both ends. So it's just over and over, like so. Doesn't have to be fancy or fussy or anything like that. Now I'm putting this in this little pot here. Ideally, apple trees.
Tray. Yeah,
is
it's deeper.
Yeah, they're deeper, so that's fine. We do love an apple tree.
Sorry. Found the tinfoil. Carol didn't have a snooze.
Hey?
So if you found the tinfoil, Carol didn't have a snooze.
I've just been laughing. I've gone in there, looked for the tinfoil, started talking to John, ended up getting in a conversation like, oh my god, I'm meant to be in there, getting that tinfoil. Scoffed a peach. But you just end up because I've gone into the house and he's like, how's it going? Oh. And you just end up chatting, don't you? Sorry guys. Was there an emergency for this by any chance?
No, not yet.
Good.
Just as well though. You just can't get staff nowadays.
Terrible.
I'm just gonna...
It's just funny. I wouldn't mind even started undoing the dishwasher as well.
I easily get sidetracked and distracted. I'm the world's worst.
And dogs are mithering me.
Wondering why you're in there.
Yeah, well, they're mithering. So how long have you been doing flowers then, Amy?
I want to say like probably about 4 or 5 years maybe.
And what did you do before that?
I was a hairdresser at a trade.
Oh, you did tell me that
Yeah,
before,
you started
haven't
in
you?
the salon.
Oh, there you go, memory like a sieve. There you go, yeah.
Yeah,
I forgot, I've asked you all these questions before, sorry.
I know, would
All coming back to me.
Conversation and you've forgotten.
I am at that stage in my life where repeat, and maybe repeat again.
Yeah, I was a hairdresser from Sins. Just got fed up of it,
Yeah.
to be honest with you.
That's a hard work job though, isn't it? Stood on your feet all day.
Oh, I had my own salon and it's, oh my god, like seriously, see the juniors, more hassle than they were worth. Didn't want to work for the money.
No.
One junior used to come in frequently late.
Yeah.
And she's like, hi. I'm like, excuse me. Well, I'm paying you a wage.
It's a lovely world to be in when you're a junior, isn't it? Or a youngster.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't miss it. I don't miss it at all. I don't even cut the kids' hair or Ian's. Well, I cut Sasha's, because her hair's long. But the boys are taking it to the barbers. Can't even be bothered getting them. Have you got any more bigger ones of these, by the way?
I think we'll have to make some.
Okay.
But we to make some in tin foil.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Sorry for the crackling. Actually, I don't know why I was thinking I've just got the peach. Hang on a minute.
Have you got peach too?
That was like a light bulb moment.
What's she like?
It's a good job everyone's used to Carol, isn't it?
Oh my goodness, yeah. I'll just put that there just now then. That's funny. So, I've done that. Put that to one side. We're then going to apply this petals here, which is the ones which have been drying. So you're going to flip them over so that your flicky over edge is on the outside. Turn them all over, get some glue on so that they're all ready to go. Going to come in with a cracking peach tree.
Tell you, definitely no brain in place today, is there? No. There we go.
Lovely.
There you go, everybody.
That's
Tools.
So that's perfect. Let's just put this one in as well. Let them all dry a little bit. Because they're so thin, they don't take long to dry, which is always a Brucey bonus. So they say. There we go, back to one side. Done. Bish bash bosh. Okay, so again, glue more up the right hand side than it is the left.
Do we know how many we've cut for all these cutters now?
Amy's
How many is
doing
it for
them
the
in
large
stages.
cutter?
For the what?
How many for the large cutter? Petals?
The extra, the one that I've just done.
The largest one.
Alright, so we've got 7. Well, why have I got 7? Oh, right, okay, hold on. You've got the largest cutter should be 9,
Yeah.
and then it's no, that's a lie. I knew I'm getting myself confused. Right, it's the middle-sized cutter here.
Yeah.
We've got 9 of them, and then the biggest one we've got 7,
Yeah.
and then we're going to do another 5. So there is a lot of petals.
Yeah, there is.
Nearly as much
Crikey.
as the dahlia.
Yeah, that dahlia took a lot of petals, didn't it?
Holy hell, yeah. That's another flower that you can charge a fair bit for.
I bet you can. Yeah. Who made the dahlia, guys? Did anybody make one?
Saying. We've
We should-
only had a
Oh,
couple
you
of brave people
I'm sorry.
putting it on the community. That's what I was just saying. We love to see people with what they've
Yeah.
made, and I know people go, "Oh no, mine was terrible. I don't want to show it," but it doesn't matter. So I said it's all about
The fact that
trying
you've
it.
tried it, yeah.
Yeah.
So this is when the flower starts to open up. Okay, so we've got our nice tight closed centre there. I'm just going to get in with these petals. So again, they need to be at the same height. Don't be scared to squash that petal in, by the way. I'm just going to pull this one over. Remember, you're always pulling that over. I'm going to glue over here because I'm right-handed. That would make sense, wouldn't it? Go. Next one in. Pull that down. So it's effectively like it goes in a swirl.
Doesn't it look lovely and strong, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So you'll notice that, like where the inner petals, we stuck them down.
Yeah.
We're not doing
tight.
that this time. It's literally at the bottom here we're sticking them. We're not being, because if you go and stick this down too high up, you close your flower in. And the Avalanche is all about being a big voluminous rose.
It looks freaking amazing. But the texture of the petal looks fabulous, doesn't it?
Now they've dried a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is really important that you let them dry a bit, just so that they're easier to work with. Because they just flop if you don't, and then it just doesn't look nice. You can't get the same movement in them because you can see like they're standing up
Yeah.
while I'm doing this, but I can still move them about without tearing them. So I'm just going in, sticking that one down there. So like I say, it does take a bit of time, but once it's all done, it's amazing. So you can see now that I've gotten all the way round. That was my first petal there.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to keep going round and not sticking the next layer in so far. So you end up effectively sticking petals onto the layer that you...
Of the petals. Yeah.
Yeah, does that make sense?
Yeah.
This is when sometimes people get a little bit confused. Don't worry about it, you're doing it right. Just get in with that glue. Okay. So. We're getting there. Just right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut out the last 5 petals. By the time I've done that, hopefully this other layer is going to be dry for me to put on. Everything crossed. Just hang this upside down. There we go. Almost there. Yeehaw.
Is everyone enjoying it?
Absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah.
people are loving it.
I hope they can understand me.
Nice having actually you come across very well. I've understood everything.
Oh, that's good.
I was a bit worried with the Scottish accent because sometimes you can't.
I think there's a difference though between like total difference from like Aberdeen and Glasgow. Like
Yes.
Glasgow's like,
Yeah.
oh, how you doing? Hey, and I, but no,
Yeah.
we're like our accent's a lot softer. I
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
a lot easier to
Yeah.
understand. Although if I was in a group with my friends and I was speaking Doric,
And you're all
I have
together,
no
yeah.
idea.
No.
I have the same problem. John's from Ireland. I understand a word, everything John says because it's very soft.
Yeah.
But when he goes back to Ireland and he's with his family,
Yeah.
and it's great when there's a few of them, I understand. But when they go out for a meal or we all get together, I just go out the zone.
Yeah.
I miss half the conversation. I have no idea. And they bring in words that I don't use, grand and
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, you wouldn't normally,
It's
we
just
wouldn't
like
normally use them. Yeah.
trying to like work out the contents of the conversation.
Yeah, is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Yeah. But having said that, us Northerners are terrible for saying it's dead good.
Yeah,
Dead.
Dead.
I remember my
Yeah.
family in Devon saying to me, "Why do you say dead all the time?" I said, "I don't." Yeah, they do. You say it's dead good. It's dead this, it's dead that. Do I? Oh, right, okay.
Yeah.
Well, isn't it? No.
You don't even realise you're doing it though. It's
No.
the thing, isn't it?
No, and we say stop mithering, and other people say
Yeah.
stop maudling, don't we?
Yeah,
It's
and
like-
Mardy.
And Mardy, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna cut out another 5. We use mithering.
That is the medium size or the large?
This is the largest.
So don't forget, Maria is filming footage whilst Amy's doing this, and this will be transferred into the 1-minute videos that we pop up on YouTube. We always pop them on Facebook as well every now and again. So it's just a great way to very quickly recap. I don't know how Maria manages to do it because we take 2 hours to do a live, and then Maria manages to fit all the really important bits into a minute.
Crying.
Yeah, crying when you've got so much footage to try and squeeze in.
I don't know how she does it though,
No,
to be
I
fair. I sit there and watch her make the videos and I think, oh my lord.
Yeah, it's a
My
challenge.
lord.
I would be saying to myself, well, this is a minute and a half. It just has to be a minute and a half.
Sometimes I have that problem, 1.5, and it's like, okay, how I'm going to make it in 1 minute?
I would just admit defeat.
So we're just doing the same as the last time, we're just rolling out.
Amy's using the Squire's flower paste we sell on the website, different pack sizes. Amy's used white this evening and coloured it herself using the Colour Splash gels. So there's no sort of set amount of the different colours that Amy's used, it's however dark you want. Stick a bit of burgundy in, stick a bit of violet, stick a bit of Christmas red, basically to achieve the depth of colour that you prefer. And it is definitely going darker.
Yeah.
It has changed, hasn't it, since we started, yeah. It is developing.
It's developing well. We like that though.
It's a beautiful, rich colour. It's really nice.
So we're just veining again. Now obviously your petal kind of falls out of the veiner now, but you're not worried because you're not going to see that.
Exactly, yeah. That's going to be tucked in.
Yeah, and you can see that that's torn a little bit there. That's perfect. Looks great when it's on the flower. So you're just going to do the same again, take your cocktail stick, curling over the edges.
And it's literally just the tip.
Just the tip.
Yeah.
You don't want it to be too curled over, it doesn't look nice. Sometimes when people do them too tight, it just doesn't make it look realistic at all. Sometimes it curls fine, sometimes it doesn't cooperate, it depends how your paste wants to behave that day. Sometimes you swear, sometimes you don't.
It's funny, isn't it, how some days everything just goes fine. And you just think to yourself, oh, I'll do that again. Then you come to do it again and you think, why?
Well, I have to say, I admire anybody who can make roses. I have a dabble every now and again, I just don't have the patience. But I admire you for making them, Natalie making them, the people on our group for making them. And you know what, I think it's one of those things that if you enjoy making them and you get in the zone and you just love it, it's nice. But I just can't get in the zone. I had Kim Firth here in the summer. I gave up, I only did 40 minutes, that was enough. I thought, I've got better things to do with my life. I think Kim just looked at me in complete despair. I said, oh Kim, I've got too many things to do, I can't sit here. I'm sorry love, can you crack on and get them made? I'll go and do something else.
Right, so while they're setting, I'm gonna make some buds.
But what I will say, when you do make themselves, the absolute pleasure of bringing it all together and the amazement has got to be the thrill, hasn't it?
Yes.
Oh, totally.
And the wow factor afterwards. So when all that comes, it's well worth all the hard work.
For sure. Right, so we're gonna make some hypericum buds.
We're going to make some what?
Hypericum. Spelled hypericum.
I'm happy with the word buds.
Yeah. Well, you've got loads of different buds. You've got, is it the Brunaya buds, which can be done as well with gelatin.
Oh, right, okay.
And they're really nice wintry buds. And it's like, just like,
A bud's a bud to me.
Yeah. Sometimes it's nice to mix.
This is another thing when somebody's passionate about what they do. See, like you're passionate.
Yeah.
You know, Natalie, she's passionate. All you sugar crafters are passionate. Me, a bud's a bud.
Right.
A rose is a rose.
So this is 26 gauge wires in green. So when I'm making flowers, I always use 26 gauge for buds, leaves, all that kind of jazz, because they're not too thick. I don't like big thick wires when you're doing that kind of stuff because they never look great. So basically I'm going to cut these 3 wires into 4. There we go. This is when they start flying over the room. You're like, ooh, there she goes. So these hypericum berries come in loads of different colours. I use them a lot in my cakes, especially the white and the, there we go, the white and the pale pink ones. They are amazing. Like I say, you get them in different colours. You get them in peaches, reds.
Are they those little round berries with a little thing that sticks out the top?
They sure
Oh,
are.
I know
got
which
it.
ones you
Oh, they
mean
are
now.
different now. Yeah.
Yeah, they are different to a normal
Now I
berry.
know.
Yeah.
Right. It's just the penny's just clear
Yeah, the
then.
bit on the top.
Yeah. It's like a little roundish one, isn't it? It has a
Yeah,
little
crown.
thing to. Right.
So
Okay.
what I'm doing now is I'm just curling over.
I'll never remember the
and then
name,
use
but
these other shooting fingers. Okay, so
you're
for
just-
the berries,
Ah, right, okay. So you just create like a little hook.
it's a little hook. So that's just going to stop the berry from falling off. So that's going to be for the, I'm going to do little blackberries as well.
Okay.
I don't know the name of them.
That's fine.
They're just blackberries.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to cut some more wires for the Hypericons as well. I like to have my wires all cut so we can just fire
Yeah.
through it. I'm going to do another 3 wires.
So it's 3 wires that was cut into 4 and then all the pieces together.
Yeah. So I mean, it's entirely up to yourself how many you want.
Yeah.
Do you know, like you could sit for days making berries.
Yeah.
It's been known. I sometimes get like my eldest to cut my wires and stuff and do that for me.
Yeah.
Because then it saves me time.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, generally I try to group them together on a display, like because when you look at them if you look at a bouquet, like your berries and stuff, it's not just 1, 2, 3, 4 berries.
No,
it's
like
like
a whole.
10 or 12
Yeah.
in it because they're on a big stalk,
Yeah.
aren't they? So that's what I try and emulate. Is that word?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. That's what I try to emulate with my flowers. Okay. So we just leave these are again. This is 24 gauge wires. We just leave them as is. I'm just going to colour some sugar paste with the Christmas red. So again, just put in a good blob. I don't know if it comes out. I think. Yeah, it's coming out. Here we go. So we're going to do red berries and we will use a bit of violet and black for the other ones. Do we have glaze? Here.
we do have glaze.
Brilliant.
We have
That's great.
shell and shine.
Just whatever you've got.
Or I've got the liquid glaze. Do you want the liquid glaze?
Any
Which do you
fine with
prefer?
me. Any. I don't mind.
I've got a few different ones. Well, if we have shell and shine, it sprays all over the kitchen.
Yeah.
Should we do the liquid glaze?
Yeah, that's fine.
Because then you can just paint it on then, can't you?
Aye. No bother.
Pardon?
No bother. That's totally
No.
fine. No bother. I know, that's
Yeah.
perfect.
We've not seen anybody use this, so that's a good way to get that used,
Yeah.
isn't it? And, but just so that people know, we'll get out the shell and shine. Just don't spray it in the kitchen, we'll spray everything outside with that.
I normally set up like 2 cake box lids, staple
yeah.
them together, and then a cake box on the bottom.
Well, I've sprayed it, it's ended up going over my worktop.
You can't get it
Can't
off.
get it off. No, absolutely. I'm sure we've got another shell. What does that say? Does that say? That's confectioner's glaze. Alright, I'm sure we sell a pearlescent glaze.
Yes, we do.
Oh, you do, because I got some today, remember?
Yeah, alright, yeah.
Okay, so that's a perfect red. And that.
What do I have on here?
Okay, so the deal with these berries is you don't want to make them too big. Pea size amount, fine. And they're so simple to do. Just wondering if
I think you're just going to have to have that one tonight.
An old dummy?
yeah, just
Yeah.
to put them in.
Where
Yeah.
your dummies over there?
I'll get you. Yeah.
Brilliant, thank you.
If you can just show them that one afterwards.
Oh, I will do.
Just don't spray it.
Oh, okay.
Do you want a dish for it?
What I'll do is I'll let these dry first before I paint them, otherwise they'll slide down the wire.
And what do you want, a dummy?
Yeah, just to put the berries into.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So, little pea size amount. You're just gonna dip your wire into your glue, and then I just flick it about to get the excess off, and you're literally just going through the centre, like so. And you're just gonna pop that through. Pop. Can you see?
Yep.
And that's all you've got to do for Hypericon berries.
Perfect.
Isn't that easy?
Easiest thing.
So I'll just make a few. Do you guys always wear gloves when you're colouring? No, neither do I.
No, I
see
don't.
some people do, but I
I
can't.
don't know how you can do it.
No,
I don't know.
and it's the noise of it.
Yeah,
The stuff
you get
Yeah.
stuck to everything. And,
Yeah.
No.
I don't
Yeah,
like
I
go
know.
about with manky nails. 'Cause
Isn't that red gorgeous?
Yeah.
it's so simple but so effective.
Yeah, that's definitely a different bud, that, isn't it? What's it called again?
Hypericum.
Oh, what?
Hypericum. So it's spelled
You said it.
hyper-I-cum.
It's hyper summit.
Hyper. I'm going to love to fill that in here.
Can I have one of those hyper berries?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's just stick to
That'll be like that. Laura, what's those hyper berries
one
called?
of those hyper berries that Amy makes.
Are you going to be able to spell this all right, Maria, on this 1 minute video?
Oh, yeah.
Just remember, ring Laura, what's that hyper berry called? And she's doing the 1 minute video.
Yeah.
There's a hyper berry.
Funny.
Oh, I'll never remember that name, crikey.
Really?
No.
To be fair, I sometimes forget about it. I'm like, oh, what's that bloody berry again?
And was that just the Christmas red you put in there?
Yeah.
Looks beautiful, that, doesn't it?
Yeah, once it's got the glaze on it as well, it'll be proper shiny and I'll be like...
Do you need a
nice.
dish for the glaze to go in?
Yeah, but I won't need it just yet because I need to let them dry a little bit. If I start painting them, they'll just go right down the wire. So I need to let them set
right.
just a little bit beforehand.
I've got some little shot glasses, we can put it in them, can't we?
Aye, that confectioner's glaze is a bit of a nightmare, isn't it?
That's what I was thinking.
It hardens your brushes. Like
I've never used it, that's why I'm looking forward to you having a go at it.
It's
Mind you, I
great
think you used it
stuff.
last time.
we used it for that.
Yeah, and it was everywhere.
It was
oh, did you paint?
horrendous.
Did we?
Yes,
yeah, but
I
didn't we
painted the
spray
fruits.
that?
No, I painted the fruits because it was
Did
on
ya?
my hands for days.
Was it? Oh,
My
right.
nails, my hands, yeah I
it's
couldn't get it
proper
off for
sticky
days.
stuff, isn't it?
Ah,
Yeah.
that's our rustic cake. That the audience can't see it. Maybe Laura might want to spin the camera around. Laura, do you want to just spin the camera around? Show them our rustic cake, so that they can see around our kitchen. Yeah. All right.
I can't. Sorry,
it's
my,
all tied
my
up.
cables are tied.
Yeah.
I'll end up unplugging something and I'll cry, and then you'll cry, and then we'll get in trouble.
Yeah.
I don't want to see it now.
No, I know. It's just
Sorry.
that the cable's
Sorry.
not long
Sorry,
enough.
this is what we did earlier in the year, but it's very rustic. But just so that you know what Laura put glaze on.
So I put glaze on the fruits, and it was a labour of love.
Yeah, the 3 of us made this.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, look, it's
It
got
is.
fruits on it on the
It's
top.
got
Look at that.
sprinkles and fruits.
Laura and Maria made them all. Look at that.
And they didn't let me do anything.
No.
Obviously not as artistic as the professionals,
No.
but it was a free girl effort.
In one afternoon. No, one morning I think it was.
What was it for then? Was you using it for something?
Magazine.
Yeah, Cake Masters asked us would we do something to represent a fruit flavour,
Like summery theme,
Yeah.
I think it was.
a fruit flavour of one of our flavours, and we've just brought out raspberry and lime,
Yeah.
haven't we, for the summer? And that's what we came up. I think the lime was a bit luminous. But as everybody knows in the Sugar and Crumbs kitchen, I am not a professional, very much a rustic decorator,
Nothing wrong with that, right?
very much a slap it on and throw it together girl.
Yeah. Sometimes you
We
get
were
the
very
best
chuffed,
shape.
the 3 of us, with that, weren't we?
So did they photograph that then?
No, we had to take a picture and then they put it in the magazine.
Oh.
It was only a small one. It was for all the companies who do different. They were just doing a flavour thing.
Okay.
So it wasn't a feature on us or anything. I thought it was going to be a feature on us, but it turned out not to be.
Oh.
So, probably they weren't impressed either. They had to give us a little space somewhere.
Like, what on earth is this? The minute?
I sent it to them with pride as well. I think, what did we get? What was it? 1 inch by 1 inch square?
Yeah, teeny.
Yeah.
Our viewers like it, so don't worry.
No, I am only joking. It was bigger than a 1 inch by 1 inch square. I think it's like a 2 inch by 3 inch square, wasn't it?
Yes, something like
Right up.
One's gonna travel all the way down. I see.
Mm.
Here we
Oh,
go.
yeah.
Hey, he's going.
What we have to do, roll them again.
Yeah, I'll just put it through a different side of it. I'll just
Yeah.
roll it. They sometimes do that. They don't always stick. But hey ho, such is life.
It's these elements that make it all pull together, though, isn't
totally.
it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I say that when we build screen cakes, you know, like when they're using the Russian piping tips, you know, don't just put flowers on, add some leaves on and some other little bits.
Yeah.
It does help.
It does make all the difference. It's the little bits, although it is the little bits that take the most time, they
Yeah.
do
Time
make an
consuming.
awful difference to
Yeah.
the cakes. They might slide down again, but we'll not worry about it. Let's see how these are coming on. Perfect. So you see that when I've taken that off?
Yeah.
It's retained
kept it-
its shape,
Yeah.
but it's still like mouldable, like I can still do stuff with it. That is the perfect, what's the word I'm looking for? Setness isn't a word. I come up with some cracking new word. Just saying.
Mistake.
Yes, that would be a good one. So I'm just going to pull these out of here. This one's a little bit, it's not quite. That tray's made them sweat.
Mm.
So I'm just going to put these ones in. They state my hands. What a beautiful colour.
Carol's rooting, if anyone is wondering what's going on. It's alright, Carol, don't worry. We're only on a live.
What?
Said it's alright, Carol, don't worry, we're only on a live.
Sorry. I'm looking at plastic shot glasses. Ooh. I'm just going to leave the building again and go to my office. I can reckon the joint now.
That's no good. Wrecking the joint. Okay, so again, the same as the last time. We're just going to put that one's like, yeah, doesn't work. Glue up the sides.
So exactly the same as you did before.
Yep.
More on one side, a little bit on the other.
Yeah.
Right, I'll just go in there.
Wow.
Okay. So this is the last one put in. So I'm just gonna. This one's really sticky now. That I put it in that tray. And not stick my fingers to it. Would be ideal. See it?
Yeah, you can really see how wet
Sweating.
it is, yeah.
Yeah. And maybe just let that dry a little bit actually. That's all part of the plan. So again, we're just sticking in on the inside.
You come over just to the brush a little bit, towards the brush.
Me.
You, with the rose, come over to the brush.
Ooh.
That's it.
There?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just because you were running off screen a little
Sorry.
bit, that's all.
So I'm just gonna stick, here's another sticky one. Might have to do them ones again.
Yeah, they're really wet, aren't they?
Yeah. That's okay though. Sometimes things like this happen. Doesn't always go according to plan, does it?
Well, no, and this is what people enjoy. It sounds daft, but when we do a live, people don't mind it if it goes slightly wrong or you need to tweak something, because then they know how you would fix it.
Yeah.
And that's what's really important. If we did a live every week where everything went perfectly every single week, some people actually see it as unachievable.
Yeah, for sure. Where's Callum going?
Oh, she's rooting.
She's funny,
She is.
isn't she?
Should be used to it. You've met her before.
Yeah. So I'm just sticking these in. Gonna open it up a little bit.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm not using that tree again for sure. Look at this one. This one's the same. Must not swear. Must not swear. No. I keep getting my fingers stuck in, but that's okay. I'm gonna turn it upside down so it doesn't come out.
Back.
Back.
Sorry. I don't know why I'm not slim, me.
I thought you'd go into your bed.
Hey. Why I'm not slim all the running around I do, I don't know.
Right, so what I'm going to do is, I'm going to do that with petals. There, because they're a little bit sticky.
Oh, look at that.
There we go. Stick it in. Turn it upside down.
I think
Right.
that's the biggest rose we've ever seen made in alive, isn't it?
Yeah. There we go. That there. So I'm just going to redo these ones because these are sticky after being in the peach tray.
Oh, are they?
Peach tray
Yeah.
says no.
Oh.
That's okay though. It's not an issue. These things happen.
Well, that's good as well for people to know that, not to panic, isn't it?
That's
Yeah.
what I, yeah.
Yeah, is that what I missed?
Yeah, it's
Sorry.
all right, Carol, don't worry.
Sorry, everybody.
Well, there's no
I think I'll just go make
panicking.
myself a coffee and have a lie down then.
Lie in a darkened room. Aye, there's no point panicking. Just fix it.
And you fixed your berry while I've been away. Have I been gone that long?
Yeah.
No, you were only gone a few minutes, don't worry.
So, once I've done this one, I will then make some little blackberries, hopefully. And then we can get the final layer on. Operation Fix Petals. I'm so used to like just, you know, battering these out, not thinking about what I'm doing, do you know, like when you're just like, ooh.
Just going for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So when you've actually got to speak about what you're doing, it's a bit like, ooh.
So just as a quick reminder, because I know not everybody has been able to join us from the beginning, and the cutters that Amy are using is a couple of different sets, but they are available directly from Amy. So if you head over to our website, we will put a link on that, and then we will pop a link on the top of the Facebook Live when we're finished, when we pin it to the top of the page, just so everyone can head over there directly. And for anything else that Amy's using, head over to sugarandcrumbs.co.uk if you do want to purchase anything. And also, as a quick reminder, you can catch up when we're finished, so the whole live will be pinned to the top of the Facebook page, and it will also get transferred over to YouTube as well. So you'll see Maria's 1-minute videos on there, and that's also a very quick reminder that all of our previous Facebook lives are on YouTube, so we don't sort of remove them, we don't archive them or anything like that. Everything's available that we filmed, and we keep them. So yeah, even if you want to watch one back from a year ago, you'll find it, and you'll see how hopefully we've improved over time. You'll still hear our random banter and questions and mess ups and mistakes, but that's all part of the show.
It's really funny though, because our lives have been going now 2 years, 10 months. 10 months they've been going, 2 years, 11 months. So yeah, they're nearly 3 years old. And it's amazing how we've changed since then, from when I first did them and the little videos that we did to when Maria come. And then Maria was looking at her first videos and how your videos have improved.
My
haven't
first
they?
video was almost 3 minutes.
Was it?
Yes.
Was
With
it?
Rob
Well,
Allen.
you're getting good. You'd be
I
asking,
know.
you'd be asking for a pay rise soon. Careful, Laura. Careful, Laura. Was that a big hint how good she's getting?
I know. Imagine what my first live must have been like. It
Yeah.
was shocking. I can't even remember who it was when I first
One
filmed.
day we need to watch our
No, I don't think I want to. Ignorance is bliss.
But it's amazing how over the years we have developed and we're learning. And like right at the beginning, it used to be just me and John. And I don't know if I'm sure there'll be people here who's watched right from the beginning. But it just used to be John and I. And this kitchen was in half. The very first one we did.
Really?
We were on that side of the kitchen and we did them there. And poor John used to have to hold one iPad and follow me around the kitchen. His back was broken. Anyway, I think how long did you do that for before you became involved?
Well, I've only been with the company, it was 2 years in August. So
Oh, well, he must have only been
Just
doing it.
about, what, 9 or 10 months?
yeah. Mind you, I say that was long enough.
Yeah, we will.
But Maria was here before you.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
you
who was doing the film? It was John doing the film.
It was
wasn't
John
it?
up until I took over.
You started like in February, I think, and 2 months after I
Yeah.
came, and
Yeah.
I was started doing the
Yeah.
1-minute videos.
Yeah. Then we started. Then we only had one camera. Then we started on multi-cameras.
Yeah.
Then our stands have changed. Our lighting has changed. Then we went to the kitchen in the house because it was too dark in here. And then it's just changed. It's just grown all the time.
Yeah.
Change is good.
Yeah. And we still cock it up. But we like having a good laugh, Amy.
Well, do you know
And this
what?
is your second time in the kitchen, so
said
it's
it,
all right.
yeah.
We've come back for more, haven't
Yeah,
we, love?
exactly.
Can't laugh
Right?
about it then, you know what I mean? It's just like...
Come back for more. That's what we like.
So I've mixed a little bit of Colour Splash Violet into this little bit of paste, and I'm also going to mix a little bit of black because I can. And I can open it because my hands are all trexed. My hands are slowly getting more minging by the minute, but that's okay. So
what types of classes would you like to teach here then next year?
well, it doesn't. It's what
Would you
I
like to
tend
do a cake?
Yeah,
feature, yeah.
I normally do like a 3-tier cake with loads
Yeah.
of different techniques and all the rest of it. I'm teaching the copper magnolia cake.
Huh?
So that is, it's more about the techniques this time than what it is the flowers. Like, you know, when I'm doing the cakes, I try and concentrate on either the flowers or the
Yeah.
techniques. Because if you try and do both,
Yeah.
you stress your students out, and they're always hurrying to get things
Something
finished, and then
finished.
they're
Yeah.
not happy with how they've
And what do you do,
finished
one
it.
day classes or two?
It's 2 days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to, don't you?
Totally have to. So the cake that I made for the next batch of classes is basically, it covers working with copper wire, working with copper leaf. You're going to stencil on top of copper leaf. You are going to learn how to create a suede effect.
Oh, I saw that cake. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yes. Crikey. I had that
and-
conversation today.
And also there's magnolias being made, succulents, filler flowers, leaves, berries, and a nice like copper heart.
Nice.
Well, we asked you when you were here in October, do you want to do classes? And people were interested.
Yeah.
So we're back here again, so we need to start looking at that diary.
So, totally changing the subject.
Yeah.
You can see now that is almost like a deep dirty purple, which is fine because that's what we want for our little berries. I don't know the name of these berries, right? They're just random berries, but they look good. So we've got our wires that we've put a little curve in, a little wee hook. It's almost like a shepherd's hook, isn't it? So what you're then going to do is you're going to dip it in the glue, wipe the excess off. Take a little bit of your piece, and it is need to be a little bit, okay? So what you want to effectively create now is like a cotton bud shape. So you're going to roll it, insert it, and then you're just going to start working it. So it's like this.
Ah, okay.
Okay, and what you're doing is you're working the paste down the wire, which effectively gets rid of some of it, and just slide it off, and just keep doing that until you get the right size that you want. Keep going. So this is how I like start like my hydrangeas, centres and things like that, but they're like super tiny. So you can just play a bit with it, get it to the right shape, right size, and it's like a purple cotton bud of sorts. Someone told me they're banning cotton buds.
Yeah, apparently they are. Because of the plastic and then reusable.
Let's not talk about it.
No, that's not, please. We'll get Carol on the bandwagon of plastic. Recycling.
Oh, what?
Let's move swiftly on.
Oh.
I feel as though I have to have my say.
Cling
Yeah.
film.
So,
Yeah, we have cling film gate. There's always some clever person comes on who's upset with used cling film.
oh, really?
Yeah, yeah.
And the last thing I need is people on about straws I think if we're going to deal with plastic, this is my theory. I'm not saying that we haven't got a problem. Of course, we've got a pollution problem.
Oh, we totally have.
The pollution problem is worldwide, and to me, I don't see focusing on a cotton wool bud is going to solve the problem. I think if we're going to solve the problem, we need to be able to recycle properly, dispose of our recycling properly. Each council disposing of it properly, in each country disposing of it properly. And that means every country has to work together, not worry about a plastic cotton wool bud or a plastic straw when my glasses are made of plastic, buttons on your jackets are made of plastic, your watch, everything else we've got is plastic, the case, the plastic on the fridge, plastic on the door handles, plastic in your car. Plastic is everywhere. So I think we have a much bigger problem.
Yeah.
And we need to focus on how to dispose and recycle and educate adults as well as children, and then talk about it.
We'll have to start using hair Kirby's to clean our ears out.
Pardon?
Yeah. My mum does that.
I love that. Like,
They're
you get
little
some
hair
proper
curvy
clean.
grips.
Yeah.
My
Use
mum's
that to
got
clean
that.
your ears
Yeah.
out. Yeah, proper cleans your ears out.
Khaki, that's the worst.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, who does that?
I've seen people do like a khaki. I'm like, what the hell?
No, thank you. Yeah.
Don't ever get car keys anymore, do you?
No, everything's keyless, isn't it?
It is bad though, isn't it? It's like that paper straws you get in McDonald's.
Oh,
are just
dreadful.
Yeah,
ridiculous.
but the thing is, the paper straws though, but they've got a plastic lid for you to pop the paper straw through. You know,
Yeah.
come on. You know, the paper cup is lined with a thin coat of plastic, so you can't recycle it. You can't recycle a straw anyhow, a paper straw, because one, it's mushed up and it's got food in it.
it's
And if you want to
contaminated.
recycle, this is the other thing. Once you start me on the old recycling business, okay.
Oh,
the
just a new
thing
sexy on Amy.
recycling, you have to wash everything, and people don't. People just launch it in the bin, thinking there you go, I've recycled,
Yeah.
and they haven't.
Yeah.
And then people mix up all the recycling. So you know what happens? It gets to the tip says it's ruined, and put it in the general waste. So it's just bonkers. So until everybody follows the game and does it properly.
I just launch all my plastics in my fire.
Pardon?
My coal fire. In the winter, like all the plastics and stuff, I just launch it in the fire.
Yeah. There's loads of people who burn stuff like that just to get rid of it.
Yeah.
But anyhow, the thing is I think recycling is an absolute must. And I think it's very important. I'm not taking the mickey out of it. I think it's an absolute must. And I recycle. I really do recycle. Even at work, you know, I take boxes in what I've had deliveries in. If I've had something from Amazon or Sweet Success or boxes, and if that box is perfectly fine, I take it into work and tell the lads to use them.
Packaging,
Yeah, and say use it, protect that in a box or something.
Yeah.
Because we recycle, I want to recycle. John's mortified because he thinks everybody should have a brand new box, and I'm very much no, there's nothing wrong with that box, let's reuse it.
Yeah. I think the whole recycling thing, it's when you see the videos and there's the animals that's entangled and stuff, that turtle that had the big straw
Yeah.
in his nose, that was horrendous. It's just like...
But to be fair, the main plastic problem is coming from the clothes, not from the straws or
Yeah.
things like that.
Yeah.
So.
It's a
Yeah.
hard one, isn't it?
So I'm sure we've started a debate now. I'm going to ignore
I
all
know,
questions.
yeah, I
Don't look,
know.
Laura. Don't even get
I'm
involved.
not going to get involved.
Let's
in any
get back
comments.
to Amy's flower.
Absolutely.
Right, let's not talk about it.
I know. It's very easy to get sidetracked.
You could start a
isn't it?
right row of everything, really, couldn't you? I mean,
Oh, yeah.
you only need to talk about what's gone on in Brexit and everyone's
Oh,
having a scrap.
God.
Let's not talk about that.
Oh my God, no.
So, you know,
let's
you
not.
can have a right row about everything, can't you? So
Yeah.
let's just not go
No,
there.
I've got-
We're here to make a flower today.
I've had some interesting emails from our overseas trade customers about Brexit. Oh gosh, I don't know what to say. What do I say? We don't know what's happening. How do they know what's happening?
Their country's run by clowns. It's the memes that keep popping up that make me laugh.
Yeah, I know.
Anyhow,
Just
let's not
roll
go
with
there. Let's not go there. Let's get back to the flower.
Yeah. So once we've done all these buds, we're going to cover them with glaze. Eh?
No, it's okay.
Oh. Just
I was just catching whether Laura had got everything on the camera.
As always. Of course I have.
There we go. Right. I'll just do a little spray of them. That'll be fine.
Can you just bring them back to the main board just so I can get an image of those? That's lovely.
It's like little purple
Yeah.
cotton buds, yeah. Let's not talk about cotton buds. Then. Had enough of that conversation for today. So we're just gonna add in that extra two that wasn't quite right. Do some leaves quickly. And then hopefully, by the time that's done, we'll be ready to rock and roll.
Wonderful.
Anyhow, can I grab your attention?
Yes, of course you can. Yeah, I know, I did think that. That's, sounds like it, my shop.
So we will be running over on this live. If anyone wants to
Why,
stay
how
with
far
us,
are we now?
1:55.
Oh, well, you best hurry up. How fast can you put this together? 3 minutes?
No pressure.
Wow, look at that. Isn't it beautiful?
That's absolutely
No
gorgeous.
pressure at all then.
Don't worry, they're all going to stay with us because we're going to have a scrap now over Brexit,
No, we're
recycling,
not.
plastic straws,
We've moved
McDonald's, paper, anything else. And you know what? I'll be having a whole debate going on. So let's say nothing.
We've moved
Let's get
on.
back to the rose. Amy, you'll stop her watch
Come
pinging.
over this way a bit more.
Yeah.
This way. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it.
Well, maybe let's have a coffee. Do you want another cup of tea, Amy?
I
You do
love-
one. It's 2 hours since you've had one.
I know.
Do you want one, Laura?
I love
What
a cup
about
of
you,
tea,
Maria?
please.
No, I'm fine, thank you.
So I've just put that spare petals in, so I'm just going to turn that upside
Massive,
down.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, once that last 5 ones goes
Have you
on,
got that on that camera?
it'll be even bigger.
Oh, you're on the one over the above,
Yeah.
aren't you? Huge, that, isn't it? Is that the biggest rose we've ever made in
Gorgeous.
here?
I think it is, yeah.
So we'll just let these other ones dry. That was me just putting on that two that that rogue two that decided they wanted to sweat. Right, so what I'm going to do now is I'll just do a couple of leaves because this is just a little spray. Yeah, take my hands.
So, Laura, do you want to just remind everybody about what if there's any newbies in the kitchen? Because we haven't shouted out newbies to the
No,
newbies,
I
have we?
did say it this at the very beginning of the
Yeah.
live.
No,
I
you
did
did,
say
you
it at
did,
the
you did.
start.
So,
So yeah, hi to everyone who's new. Thanks for joining us. We hope you're enjoying the Facebook Live. So we've got Amy in the kitchen with us this evening. Amy's been with us before, and if you did miss her previous live, head back over to Facebook or YouTube when we're finished. And Amy did a fantastic dahlia. So the cutters Amy's using this evening are all sold by Amy directly. You can head over to her website, and then everything else is on Sugar and Crumbs.
that was
It's like a
funny.
QVC moment, than that, Amy?
I know.
Forest Green.
I like this is forest
This
green.
is Forest Green. So this is Squire's Florist Paste, and we sell it in white in different sizes on the website along with the different colours. Amy's colouring it using the gels, and it's a colour splash range. Doesn't matter what brand you've got, if you've got Pro Gels or anything like that, it's absolutely fine. And it's just a personal choice in terms of the shades that you're going for or the colours.
Yeah.
We've gone with a lovely sort of Christmas wintry sort of theme colours, just because of the time of the year. We've had Natalie in over the summer, for example, and we've done gorgeous pinks and peaches and yellows. And this is obviously just a bit different, but they look stunning, these colours together.
Hilary Hurst was in. She did one as well, didn't she? Oh, no, she hasn't done a live, has she? She did
The class.
autumn one, didn't she?
Yes,
It was
the
she
class
did a
and then
rose,
the
wasn't it?
leaf. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, the colours of Hilary's on the class were lovely. They're
Yeah,
deep,
yeah.
really deep. Deep roses, they were beautiful.
So, probably put colour all over my face there. We are now going to use the standard leaf cutter. I'm going to just go for the big one. I'm not going to fart about the wee ones because the rose is quite big. And so you're better to go with bigger leaves. So I've got this veining board. I believe this is sugar and
It
crumbs
is Sugar and
colours.
Crumbs.
Yes.
Tell by the pink.
Yeah. Pink to make the boys' wings. So they say. Okay, so we're just gonna go through. Now this is, I mean, everybody knows how to make leaves and stuff, but I'll just go through it for anyone that has no idea. So this is a standard leaf cutter. It's not got any jaggy edges or anything like that. I use it all the time in all my flowers, just because it's nice, simple. I'm just gonna roll this over. We're just using the veining board. So, just going to go right over the centre of the bits with vein. So again, this is a 24 gauge wire. Dip it in the glue, right into the centre, like so. Can't believe how mucky my hands are. Okay, so it's right in the centre. Okay, you then want to take a foam pad. Ball tool. So I'm going to use the big end of the ball tool. The reason I'm using the ball tool is because it'll make the leaf curl up. Like so. So you're half on the pad, half on the flower base. Okay, you then want to take a veiner. This is a Squire's Kitchen leaf veiner. Can't quite remember which one it is. I just know that it veins leaves. Okay, and position that right in the centre. Like that.
Fantastic.
Oh, she's being fiddly. There we go. Are you belly? I should have probably not pointed that out. I probably should have just been like. There we go.
Fantastic.
So easy. So easy. Right. I just wash my hands. I'm going to come
There
back
you
and
go.
put that together because I'm like very unlucky hands now.
Yeah, I noticed they are really changing colour.
Yeah, they're like really, really mucky.
That's hand gel.
So just to clarify, Amy's been with us this evening making a beautiful, what rose? Avalanche Rose, that was the name, Avalanche Rose. So if you're interested in buying any of the products we've used this evening, head over to sugarandcrumbs.co.uk. The cutters are available only directly from Amy, just simply because they are Amy's products. It's easy for us to direct you straight over to Amy's page, and then anything else that you're interested in purchasing can be purchased from sugarandcrumbs.co.uk. So you'll see we've done I'm taking the credit here. Amy's done a beautiful, very deep red Avalanche Rose, showing you how to put the petals together using the different size cutters and the different sets that are available. Some berries and leaves, all using the Squire's flower paste, which is available from our website. Amy's used the Colour Splash gels so far in burgundy, Christmas red, violet and black. And then for the leaves, it's the forest green colour. But this is what I said before, you can use any brand that you've already got. If you've got a personal preference, that's absolutely
Show
fine.
how clean your hands are. Sorry.
Amy's hands.
Get there.
There you go.
Just
there you
helped
go.
her.
Done.
You know all the tricks, don't you?
I know, I've never thought of using varnish in my hands.
I'm down there. She got a squirt of Dettol Dettol cleaner and then a big blob of vanish. And she went, ooh, you know all the tricks, don't you? Leave it to me. I still can't get off my shell and shine though.
Oh no.
I
The
know.
glaze.
It's not good. It's great. It's a great product, but it's not good when you get it on like everything. Not good.
Sorry, I was interrupted here, Laura.
That's
Did you
all
need
right.
a bit to finish?
No, it's fine.
Sorry, back.
It's alright.
Disturbance.
Okay, tinfoil. So
Okay.
this is like the last layer that's going on the rose now. So this is when you want to take a little bit of tinfoil. You want to take your mug, because once it's on, it is fragile and you want to get it into the tin foil as soon as you can and mould it so that it dries the right way you want it to dry. So I'm just literally folding this with a mug like that just now. Anyway, done. Bish, bash, bosh. So.
I love that little bit of foam around that brush. It
I
fascinates
know.
me, innit?
Such a simple idea.
Did you do that last time you was here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know it's because I hate it when you get glue everywhere.
Yeah.
And like I'm a bit of a mucky pup when it comes to the glue and stuff, and it just stops that from happening. And it's literally just a cut up foam pad, one that had seen better days.
Yeah.
It's just like cut it up.
If you're wondering what we're talking about, it's a little bit of foam that Amy's threading through the brush handle through. That's all we're talking about. It's very simple, but you know,
It's genius.
You just need to remember to use them, don't you? Yeah.
So we're just gonna go in where the last petal was.
a bit towards the berries.
Yeah, towards the berries, yeah.
I'm just gonna
That rose is massive, isn't it?
stick in like so.
Don't forget to keep it down under the camera, yep.
There we go. So what I'm doing is, as long as I get these petals on, I'm not too worried about arranging them in the right position at the minute. It's just about getting them on. They will flop back because these are not properly set yet. Ideally these would be more set, but as we're on a time restriction and I'm aware that we're over, I'm just whacking them in. So they would ideally like to be leathery. But that's fine, not to worry.
No pressure or anything, Amy.
No
you know what it's like
pressure.
by now.
Here, I work
Yeah,
better
but this
under
is the
pressure.
biggest rose this audience has ever
Yeah.
had made for
Yeah.
them. And in fairness, they are loving this. You've got to be
Yes.
you've got to be interested in saying this is the biggest rose, and I know now why we've never done big roses before.
Because it takes so long.
But in fairness, when you're making them on your own, it wouldn't take this long because you're not talking
just
to people.
flying
Are you?
through it, aren't
Talking
you?
and I literally just whack the petals in.
Yeah.
And I must admit, when I'm in my cake room, like my cake room's just teeny tiny, and I put the heating on in the cake room and I blast it up so the petals
Oh,
dry.
does that
Right.
help set it? Does
Oh,
it? Oh,
yeah.
it's cool in here, isn't it?
Yeah, that
Yeah.
I'm just gonna make myself a bit. I whack the heating up and it makes everything dry just that little bit quicker. Hold on 2 seconds. I'm just gonna poke this through. Yeah, and it makes everything dry that little bit quicker. So this is a bit high up here. That's it. You just pull the foil up.
And this is literally to support that last layer of petals.
Yeah, and because with the avalanches, like they're really big open flowers, and if you go hanging it upside down, it closes in on itself. So if you use a little bit of foil, it keeps it open. Can you see?
Yeah, perfect.
And then you can just play about with it, have it exactly how you want it, and it's going to dry perfectly like that. It'll take up more room in a cake if it's nice.
That looks amazing,
big
doesn't
and
it?
pretty.
So tell us, everybody, what do you think? Do you love all this?
Hope so.
I'm sure they will.
There's lots and lots of positive
Yeah,
comments.
it's
saying
absolutely
it looks
amazing.
Beautiful. You'd never believe it was flower paste.
No.
It looks incredible.
It is important to get it rolled out the paste really thin, and I mean it does take a little bit longer, but you can see by rolling that out as thin as that how effective it is.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
It's
Just
really
take your
gorgeous.
time, always have just a little bit of paste to roll out, and then it looks like this.
It's amazing.
Stunning.
So what we'll do now is we'll paint the berries so that you can see the glaze.
There you go.
Brilliant.
Little cups, that's what I went off rooting
Not
for
what I
before.
normally put in these kind of cups.
That's what happens when you're a non-drinker, you see. That's what shot glasses mean to me. Glaze.
To me it means like tequila rosé. And a sore head the next day. Okay. Do you have a brush? Do you have a brush?
For glaze.
Yes.
In the cupboard there, you can pick one.
And that will be forever the glaze brush.
Yeah. Because once
You
it's
just decide
glaze
which one you
on it,
want.
It's, we'll go for this one because it's not the best looking, is it?
Yeah.
Once it's got that glaze on, that's it. It's tatties over the side, as they say up with us. Tatties over the side. Okay, so glaze. I don't actually know what's in glaze. Shellac and ethanol. Okay, so basically glaze, I use it on things like the berries. It's really nice on ivy leaves, like to give them a nice bit of shine about them. You can use it on things like cars, but you need to build it.
Do we need some kitchen roll on there?
No, I'm going to be super careful. Do you want me to put kitchen roll down? Will that make you feel better?
I'm just wondering about it going all over green.
Yeah,
My
well,
green
let's
board,
do
I am
some
quite
down
protective
in
of my
that.
green board.
Where's your kitchen roll at?
Actually, I think it's in the house. I'm going to have to give you, some parchment paper to put it on.
Oh, okay. We can work with that. So you can use it for creating shine. It depends how shiny you want it. It's like how you build it up, however many layers. So we've got this one, which is. Can you see?
Yeah.
So that's the one we're using today, but it is also shell and shine.
Yeah.
So this one's great. It's like, to be honest with you, I use a spray at home just because it's quick and I'm lazy. But yeah, perfect. Oh, we've got a tree in there.
Listen, I've got to protect my green board. They all know how protective I am of
You're
it.
not allowed to cut on it.
No, you're not allowed to cut on it. You're certainly not allowed to put glaze all over it. Plus, it also lets other people know how bad glaze is.
Yeah.
Because I don't want them all crying at their nice green board they've just bought.
Yeah.
Then we've told them to go throw glaze on it.
So when you're using the glaze, you really need to protect your surfaces, especially if you're using the spray. I tend to put down some cake lids on my surface, and then I'll kind of staple two together in a V shape. Same as what I'd be doing if I was airbrushing, because it does go everywhere and it's a nightmare to get off. It's a proper nightmare to get off. So we're not using that stuff today, we're going to use this one. So this is the sticky shiz.
They'll all appreciate me, all green board owners. In fact, even worktop. Can you imagine on your kitchen worktops? I will tell you, what happens is when this goes on your worktop, it is just like a glaze. You'll just have glazy patches.
Yeah.
So, and you can glide it off. I have got some glaze cleaner, which I must really try, actually, see if that works.
A scouter works with it.
Yeah, I've tried that. I've tried actually putting on...
Dipping solution.
I've tried dipping solution. I've also tried having a metal scraper on it, which helps scrape it off as well.
Yeah. And did you use the pure alcohol? Have you tried that?
No, I think we'll give that a go.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I will say glaze makes a massive difference, doesn't it? You know, don't avoid using it. Use it. It does make a massive difference.
Great product.
Yeah.
And I'll also, like, when I'm doing things, if I do a sunflower or an anemone, like I use the gelatin with the dust for the centre. So like for the sunflower, I'll use a mix of the powdered gelatin with black and brown.
Right.
So when you put that on the centre, I seal it with a spray glaze because it stops it from going on your petals and making a mess.
Right.
So it's really good for that kind of stuff. But what I'll do is I'll glaze all of these and then I'll let you see some side by side. So I'm not being too fussy in how I'm doing it, I'm just whacking it on. That's pretty much how I work.
Just cover the surfaces.
Yeah, whack it on, don't be fussy. It almost looks like little mini apples, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But it just totally brings up these berries. Just makes them look a little bit more interesting, which is always a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'll do is I won't do the leaves with this, but I will do the berries so that the leaves stand out that little bit more because they're matte.
Right.
If you mix up the shiny surface and the matte surface, it can make things really pop.
They look amazing, don't they?
Massive difference.
It is a massive difference. You wouldn't think so, but it is, isn't it?
Oh, we do love the glaze. There we go. No, that's fine. That's when you've got to like make 100 of these.
Oh god.
You're losing them all.
That's when you train the kids how to make it.
Yeah, totally.
Right, kiddie weeks.
Earn your pocket money.
This weekend's pocket money.
Funny as. So I'm starting to get a bit slapdash for this now. I'm just like.
What do you want to put all this all together on? Because we actually didn't cover a cake, did we?
No, we didn't.
What should we do? What should we put it on? I've got a small dummy. Do you want me to put it on a small dummy?
Yeah.
Do you want a tall dummy?
Just whatever. I think you need to wait for your rose to dry though.
How long will that take?
Before putting it together.
Yeah. Probably about an hour.
Well, what we can do is
Come back.
leave it tonight.
Yeah, and then come back to it.
Do a mini video
Yeah, and add it on.
and add it on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah?
Just because if you start moving it, it's just gonna go.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So we'll show
I think
you
that's
all
what
the
we're gonna have to
components together,
Yeah.
yeah,
and we'll finish tonight's live as normal,
yeah.
and then Maria can film tomorrow morning once
Yeah.
it's dry. Of
Because
Amy
once
putting
it's dry,
everything back
once it's
together.
dry, Maria
Yeah.
can add it to this video.
Yes.
Those people who've watched the live can then fast forward it
Yes.
to this,
Absolutely.
can't
Yeah.
they? And then they can watch from there onwards.
Yeah.
Would that work, Maria? Would you be able to do that?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
Sounds
good.
good.
Perfect.
Right.
The joys of
Perfect.
making flowers.
Pardon?
The joys of making flowers. It's a very lengthy process.
Right.
Look at my hands sticking together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But once it's all dry and stuff, it's fine.
Yeah.
But yeah. I think that. I hope that folk are going to try making it. If I suppose it's like, do you know what I mean? Don't be scared to try.
No.
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 So should we put everything together now then?
Yeah,
So we can see how it is.
Yeah.
And then we'll let everybody know, let them go
Yeah.
to bed. I think you want to go home as well, don't you, Laura?
It would be nice.
Maria, would you like to go home?
Set up camp.
Right, everybody?
Set up camp in,
Yeah.
in the kitchen.
Right, okay then, I'm going to come round here then.
So,
I have to say, Amy, that is absolutely stunning.
It is. It really is beautiful.
Yeah. So we'll get that under there.
yeah, where do you want to move this? Somewhere safe?
Let's just hope you don't start drinking it when you go there tonight. little tonight.
Quick tipple.
Tipple.
Like, yummy.
Yeah.
Right. Do you know I said to you I didn't need tape right now?
Yeah, you do, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry. So I mean, obviously you can do more.
How much do you want?
Just whatever, that'll do.
Do you want to stretch it for you?
Oh yeah, well it would be handy. Like you're socked face stretching tape. So I'm just gonna tape this together, just so that you get. So I mean, obviously you could do more berries. I would probably group together more, but we don't have the luxury of having the time to do all
No,
of
you
that.
do, no. Because while we all go home and go to bed, we can carry on finishing this. And then tomorrow we'll all put it all together.
Happy days. God, she's making me work.
Absolutely.
She's making me bloody graft.
And while you're at it, you can sugar paste a cake and stick it on, make it look really cool. height, don't they?
Yeah, so you take these at different heights, just like her berries would be.
Yeah.
And there we go. Right. Should we say goodbye to everyone?
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Let's go. It's bedtime.
Right, let's go. Let's talk to everyone.
Okay.
Right, everyone. So let's just repeat everything. Thank you for joining us. I know it's been an absolutely long session, and I didn't realise it was going to go this far over. But I'm going to get Laura to repeat where you can buy everything from. Amy's going to get to bed, get some rest. In fact, she can carry on working actually while we all go to bed. Okay. And then what will happen is Maria will come in the morning with Laura, and we'll put this all together for you. And then those of you who've watched this live, when we release it on YouTube, you can fast forward to this bit and watch the end. And those of you who haven't watched it, well then, you know where you're up to now then, don't you? So we'll do that for you. And what I do want to say, thank you for having Amy back in the kitchen again.
Yay!
Yeah, and I hope you've thoroughly enjoyed having her here in the kitchen. And I'm going to get Laura to tell you now where everything is, and we will see you next week.
Yeah, so very quickly, just to recap a couple of the items that Amy's used this evening. So we've had the FMM flower drying stand. I know a couple of people asked about that before, so that's available on the website to purchase. We've got the Squire's Florist Paste, and that's again on the website Sugar and Crumbs, available in white and a couple of different colours. All things like the wires, the Stemtex tape and the gels and the colours, again, all over at Sugar and Crumbs. The cutters that Amy's using are available directly from Amy, so we will pop a link up on the top of the Facebook page when we pin the video to it, and you can head over and purchase all of those. There you go.
So this was the cutter that Amy used last time. It's a set for the
Dahlia.
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 I just have to get it. I can't always say it. Dahlia. That's right,
Dahlia.
Dahlia, isn't it?
Yes.
For the Dahlia. So when she was here last time, this is what she used. She's already opened all these tonight.
Yeah.
The other cutters tonight. But they're a fabulous range of cutters. They are beautiful. We're not stocking them ourselves. If we start stocking them, we need to put a bit of profit on for us. Taxman wants his share and everything else. It all becomes very expensive. The best thing to do is, go direct to Amy for all the cutters. If you want to book on any classes that Amy does actually do classes at home in sunny Scotland. She also does classes up and down the UK, and we're going to get her in the Sugar and Crumbs kitchen, okay? So do let us know if you are interested in coming to the Sugar and Crumbs kitchen, or message Amy direct. As I say, we can't finish the live now because we're going to be here for a lot longer, at least another hour, because we need to wait for this rose to dry. And I hadn't taken that into consideration, had you?
Well, no.
No. Might have been a good idea. Maybe we should have. Now we know why they all do small roses. So Maria is very good at patching things together. So she'll patch the next bit onto this live, and then we'll release that, give you an update, and there you go. But I hope you do all agree it's been an absolutely fantastic live, a proper learning experience, and that's what we want.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely. Thanks very much, everyone, and we shall see you next week.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Amy.
Bye.
Bye.
Hi everyone, well welcome back to the Sugar and Crumbs kitchen. Well, it's a very late night here. We know that you've stayed longer. So what we did is we did a little cut so that those people who wanted to go could go, and those people who want to stay with us for the night can stay with us. So the girls are staying with us in the kitchen. We're matching it all up together because we had to cut the last live and then put this one on now. So hopefully we're going to have a fantastic audience joining us very soon. And I'm just going to get Laura to do a shout out and just say thank you all again for joining us.
Yeah, absolutely. So for anyone who missed it before, Amy's back with us in the kitchen. Amy made a fantastic, absolutely beautiful Avalanche Rose before, and we did need to leave it for a bit of drying time. So we've come back, show you the finished result and show you everything being put together. So thanks for everyone for joining us before, and all those eager beavers who are back to see the finished result.
Yeah,
we really appreciate it.
We hope you enjoyed your cup of tea in a wee.
Yeah.
Because we haven't had a chance to have one. We've had to roll this out and have mad panic
Get everything
stations.
done.
So anyhow, so thank you for joining us. We're back. Are you happy?
I'm totally happy.
Right. So Amy's already pre-covered a dummy for us because we want to put this most amazing roll on. But what I did say to Amy while we took a break for a few minutes was, can you luster dust it?
Yeah.
And we had Hilary Hurst in here last week and she did a fabulous luster dust, so you'll have to match it.
No
No
pressure.
pressure then. No
So we're going to use the
pressure.
Faye Cahill luster dust. It's absolutely beautiful, and we're going to go with 2 colours, aren't we? So do you need to stab the cake or anything before you
I'm
rest?
going to stab the cake, yes. Just obviously because it's a dummy cake, your sugar flowers do not go into the cake that easy. So it's easier to pre-stab
Yeah.
with a stabby tool of some sort. And then we'll luster, because obviously I don't want to go touching it once I've lustered it. So if the stabby holes are there, I don't really need to fart about it too much.
And the other thing, just to remind you, this is a dummy cake. If this was a real cake, you need to use flour pick
Yeah.
or safety seal.
Yeah, I use safety seal.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't-
great, isn't
yeah,
it?
I like safety seal.
Yeah.
It's my go-to.
Don't ask us about safety seal tonight, it's too late.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'll tell you that another night.
Yeah.
Right then, so I'm going to leave you to it. Cool, back to questions. Right.
Let's go.
And Maria, right, great, Maria.
Everybody's ready. So obviously we need to decide where we want to put our flower. So I'm just going to obviously take it out of the...
Right. Don't start anything yet, just going to wait for Maria. Just hang on a second.
Oh, I'm just deciding where it's going, basically.
How beautiful is that?
It's
Show the audience.
Absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, stunning.
So I'm thinking that I'm going to probably sit about here. So I'm just going to put a mark there, because obviously that's where I want it to go. So, stabby. I'm going to stab it at an angle.
Yep.
So that the flower sits at an angle, obviously. So I'm just going to stab in.
Anyhow, you can tell how heated it's been in this kitchen. Maria's took a big jumper off.
I know.
See?
It's because we've been here
Right.
for so long.
It's
You don't
warm.
really, you never strip off in the summer. What are you doing? Right, is this the late night after 11 show?
After hours.
So what I've done is I've stabbed a hole here, so that's fine. We know that the rose is going to sit in there. And that is the main hole stabbed. Obviously you don't need such big holes for the little filler bits,
Yeah.
as long as that main hole's done. So now what we're going to do is we're going to luster. So we're going to use some Rejuvenator Spirit. Do you know which way you would like me to do these round?
You can do it any
Whichever
you
way, whichever way you want.
Well, maybe go for the darker one, just because...
Yeah, I think the dark.
yeah.
Do you know what? The reason I want you to use that Merlot one is because it's a colour that people don't. It actually comes out a lightish pinkish colour.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't think that looking at that, but it's actually lovely. So
You can see it looks quite dark there, but
That
yeah,
there.
you can see
Yeah.
actually when you move it
Yeah.
about, it's got that pink
Big
tones, but
pigment.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's nice.
So I think if we do that and then do some swipes of bronze, I think it'll look really nice with the
Yeah.
rose. I'm
Yeah.
hoping so. Those are my creative skills, guys.
Carol's input.
And if it looks rubbish, they were Amy's idea.
Now that's not fair. So we're just using this wide flow brush, and I'm going to paint it on horizontally. No, that's a blooming lie. I'm going to paint it on vertically, buff horizontally. You can see that I've made it quite light and
Oh, it's
watery.
a gorgeous colour.
So it's best with this kind of thing that you build it up. There's no point in having it too thick and putting it on in one coat. It needs to be built up. So whether that needs 5 coats, 10 coats, the best way to do it is just to build it up.
Great. And is there any chance you sort of angle yourself around to this camera? Yeah, that one there. Just realised we didn't set up
try and
another
get-
camera,
no.
did we? The audience all trying to crane
I know,
the neck
yeah.
round.
Guessing what it looks like.
Should we do the base the same colour then? Yeah.
We are,
Yeah.
yeah. So that's why I'm not being too fussy
Yeah.
about getting it on the base.
So I must admit, I do absolutely love the Faye Cahill dust. We do them in 2 sizes. We do the 10mm pot, which we call the smaller pot, and the 20mm pot. Vacay Hill, I keep telling you, they only did the bigger pots, but then they realised that people were thinking it was expensive, not realising they're actually getting 4 times the amount. So they brought the smaller pot out now, so that you're actually getting the double amount as compared to other dusts.
I do love it.
Yeah.
It's got some nice colours.
So when you see all this streaky stuff, do not worry, because as Amy says, you've got to build up layers. That's what Hilary was telling you as well. You've got to build up a few layers, get it on.
Yeah, it takes a minute. It's one of that jobs that can't be rushed.
I think it's very therapeutic though, don't you, Laura?
Yeah.
What do you think, Maria?
Yes.
I'm actually more amazed Maria stuck a top off.
I know.
What's going on, Maria?
Night time.
We'll be doing other shows soon, won't we, if she carries on. She carries on. If we carry on till midnight, she'll be there parading past in a bikini.
Right, so I've got this fluffy brush here, so I'm just going to start buffing. So obviously it's still going to look quite pants,
Right.
but it does take a few goes at it.
Yeah, any chance you can sort of do it
Yeah,
to
it's
this
on
camera?
its way round. Don't
Oh,
worry.
is it?
It's on its way.
Nice to do it like that, isn't it?
Ooh.
And you've done it while it's wet then?
Yeah,
Yeah.
just the first couple of coats and then I let it dry
Yeah.
and then buff.
Yeah.
But the alcohol evaporates like so quickly. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, if you feel that brush, it's not soaking,
No.
do you know? So, but everybody's got their different ways. Some people like steam
Yeah.
and then use the dust on straight on, but
Mm.
I feel that you use a lot more dust if you do it that way.
Ah, right.
Well, I do anyway, and I make a mess, so it's literally a luster everywhere. Nothing new there, me making a mess. Look, let's be fair. It's a nice shade.
It is, and that second coat just straight away just totally changes the intensity of the colour.
Yeah.
And it's funny how you go up and down, Hilary goes side to
Yeah.
side, isn't it? Everybody has their own way of doing things, isn't
Yeah.
there? So there's no right or wrong way, really, is there? It's
Yeah.
what you prefer.
Totally. I prefer a buff
Yeah.
horizontally. But you know, it's horses for courses. Everybody's
Yeah.
different,
Yeah.
aren't they? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it wouldn't be done if we all done the same thing. It'd be a bit
No.
boring. For sure.
All this to put a large rose on. I will tell you,
We are
Amy,
fussy.
Amy wasn't planning on doing this. It was just something that we're throwing in on her. Wow, you're here.
Oh, you're here. Yeah.
Got nothing else to do.
Cake covered.
And we're in hour 3.
Yeah. Knee pressure, knee pressure. I find I absolutely love the phase dusts, but I do find that obviously everyone knows that when Rolcom was available, I absolutely loved Rolcom, and you only needed a few coats for that. But I find with the Fay, you do need to use a lot more coats than what previous. But it is a very nice colour once it's all done. It's all evened out.
I quite like that colour actually.
She's nice. I kind of think that the pearl one is the one that I use a lot of, because all the brides like that satiny kind of shade,
Yeah.
and I wish that she'd done a big tub of that,
Yeah.
like even bigger.
A big,
than,
yeah.
because I'd be straight in line buying that.
Do you want me to put a request in for you?
Yeah, please.
I'll have a
See,
word with her.
Amy from Couture would like a tub this size.
Yes, please.
So, because I go through loads of it. All the brides like the pearls and the, you know, the
Yeah. Shimmers and stuff like that, yeah. But still obviously want that traditional bridal themed.
Oh, some of them are just mad for stuff like. I've had a lot of brides that's been happy to go out there with their cakes, not your standard. Oh, 1 3 tiers with bling and.
Yeah.
Which is good, because I like mixing it up, but you do get some awful cakes as well. Ones that's maybe not made it to the Facebook page. I find that I really struggle when a bride has a lot of input into the design of a cake, because you know it's not going to look
Yes.
right.
Yeah.
They're chuffed because they're like, oh,
They want everything.
yes, and you're like, oh god. And then and you do it and you're like, oh, it's like cake diarrhea, really. Like, you know, all that crap that's on it. Less is more. And that bride's like, yeah, everything, all bells and whistles. But you know, they're paying you for your services, isn't it? So you just got to do it and shut up.
Yeah.
And as the saying goes, the customer's always right.
I actually really like that.
It's beautiful. So this is the fake Cahill dust. Like Carol said, we do it in a 10mm and a 20mm size in all of the colours that are available. All Amy's done this evening is turned the dust into a paint using Rejuvenated Spirit, using the wide flow brush to apply to the dummy cake, as you can see. And this has just been built up in layers, so a couple of layers, dusting and buffing the excess basically just to even the coats out in between. This is what we were saying, Hillary's been in and she's done a live with us with the fake Cahill dust in a couple of different colours. Slightly different technique in the way of actually building the colours up on the cake. So there was 2 or 3 different colours used, and buffed in between again and blended. So it's a slightly different technique, but this is what Amy said, everyone has their own way of doing things, but ultimately you get the same effect because the dusts are absolutely beautiful to work with.
Yeah. It's getting there.
It really is, it's gorgeous. Without sounding awful, I'm actually really surprised at how even that now looks. Because
I know.
the first coat,
Thinking the same as me, but yeah.
Were you thinking, oh my
god.
OS ... You can feel that word, can you? Oh.
How are we going to recover this one?
But it's really come together. Yeah. Well done, Amy. We'll let you come back again. You can have a third visit.
You really do know what you're doing.
Yeah, I'm not just playing.
No. We judged you.
I might let you come back next year.
Let me be. I'm well prepared for all these surprises you got to
Yeah, but to be fair, it was looking a bit weird, wasn't it? I was holding my breath. I'm sure the audience was. What are they saying, Laura?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why is it so streaky?
Because obviously, I mean, if you wanted to get the base out of this colour and you wanted it to be really deep, you could colour your sugar paste underneath.
Yes.
Well, like
I mean, we just put this on an ivory colour.
Yeah.
Like that's, if I was wanting this super deep, that's
I should have
what
thought
would do.
about that before.
But it'll still work out fine. It just needs
Yeah.
a few more coats than what it would be if we coloured the paste. But that's normal.
And I also have to say, you know, you're having to work at speed because we would all like to go home
Yeah.
in 5 minutes.
No pressure.
If you don't mind.
Oh my god, do not even.
Stop enjoying yourself, Amy, thinking you're here on holiday. You've been taken out to eat, picked you up at the airport, taking you out for your breakfast, taking you out for your tea. You only had to do a demo.
God, that was such a hard line. But no, yeah, it is. It's a nice shade, but like I say,
I love it, don't you?
That's a beautiful colour.
Yeah.
I'm going like the bloody clappers.
I know. Carry on. Fast as you can. Giddy up.
So you're a taskmaster.
I know. They love it though. I bet they all love it there, don't they?
No, they do.
I can't read the comments anymore, but they'll be all loving it.
Oh, they'll be sitting there thinking, thank God that's not me in that position. Poor Amy.
Yeah, I bet your students will be laughing their head off, won't they? Wait till you get back home and you tell them about this.
I know. Like that Carol, she's a worker. We're telling you. Once the coats like start to build up, you don't need to be so fussy about when you're putting it on because it buffs you a lot easier now that you've got a few bits and bobs on it. I'm very aware that I was very close to that phone there. I feel that in my head. That's not good.
So there's a couple of questions about people mixing the paint, mixing the dust to make a paint with a couple of different mediums. So we've used Rejuvenated Spirit tonight. Now we have in the past obviously suggested a clear alcohol like a vodka or something like that. And obviously we've had a bit of different feedback in the way that the paint runs and evaporates. So obviously the pure alcohol that's in the rejuvenator dries and evaporates much quicker than using vodka, for example. And we also had Marion Frost from Patchwork Cutters did a demo for us back in, was it October?
Yeah.
Demonstration morning. And she said the same thing, that when she's painting her work, for example, the run is completely different when using vodka. So
I never use vodka.
no.
Never,
So
ever.
Yeah, but you see, we've only just learnt that after
Yeah.
Marion, haven't we?
Yeah.
How many years has Marion been coming
know.
here?
Have you got another brush?
Yes, it's a.
Put it right beside me. So
Yeah.
Sorry. So I mean, obviously you could probably put another coat on that, but obviously we've
We
not
haven't
got
got
time because you're cracking whip.
Yeah, I know.
So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go over it now with a lighter colour, just some random streaks, because I can.
And don't use lemon juice either.
No.
So just use pure vodka. So I think like when you're doing, you know, when you're painting in for your stamps and things like that, it's absolutely fine. But for this, don't.
Yeah.
Use the rejuvenator or the dipping solution.
Yeah. I find if you use like lemon juice or vodka, it's very streaky, and it doesn't dry and it's quick, and it can end up being a bit of a mess. So what I'm doing here is I've got some of this. What colour
This
is
one's the
this?
bronze.
So I'm leaving this thicker because I want to put brush strokes on. I'm not wanting to luster.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna just.
So the base colour is Merlot, and then we're putting bronze on the top, but we're just giving it a different effect. So Amy is actually lustered in the Merlot, but now she's just going to put on some bronze strokes just to, you know, give it a little bit of a different effect, which looks quite cool, doesn't it? I quite like that idea. I don't think we're going to get time to put ribbon on the board. I might have to put it on the board for the picture.
Yeah, good idea, Batman. This is when you get to be all artistic.
Yeah.
I could see those artistic swipes you were doing along there.
It kind of, if you let the brush dry, almost looks a bit like
Yeah.
brush metal,
Yeah,
which
that's
is
really
quite cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Less is more. Right,
Yeah.
what I'm going to do is I'm going to start adding flowers.
Yeah.
So normally you would tape your flowers and I use the safety seal and I dip it 3 times. I don't just dip it once because I find that it crumbles.
You need to build it up, don't you?
Yeah, you need to build it up.
Yeah.
And I don't use posy picks. I hate posy picks.
Sorry. I mentioned that before.
Oh, they just make great big holes and they just don't look nice. Right, so we are going to
Wait, just one second.
put this in. Yeah.
Doesn't that look, that's the right colour we've chose there for that rose, isn't it?
Yes.
That was down to my artistic skills, by the way, team.
Gorgeous.
Everybody on Facebook. Just so you know.
Carol's input for the night.
Amy was going to stick it on a dummy.
And
With no sugar paste.
Yeah,
With no sugar paste.
I was. I'm sorry. Right, I'm just gonna.
Which is hence why we're having a very late live tonight.
Sorry, I'm just like totally getting in your face there. Didn't mean to. So obviously, you don't want to see the back of the cake because you're gonna see where this is going in. So if I was doing like this as a display, I would probably have some little roses round the back.
Yeah.
So that you don't actually see that.
Do you know what? I'm just going to see if we can got some ribbon we can put on. Seems such a shame for a beautiful cake not to go the whole hog. Don't know how it's going to be lined up.
I'm just going to straighten this up. So we got 15 mil.
Don't be asking me technical questions like that, crikey.
Sorry.
Asking me technical questions like that.
To get in your shot, I'm really sorry.
I've got 15 mil, but only in silver.
Terrible. Terrible.
That's
Okay.
not 15 mil, is it? That's not 15 mil. We don't want red, do we?
No, that's not. Okay.
Can you spin around to this main camera for me? Oh, that's gorgeous.
Where's that going?
15 mil in pink, that's not good, is it? You have to put silver on it. You have to put silver on it. It's better than nothing, isn't it? Yeah, it looks alright, doesn't it?
Yeah, do the job.
Yeah, looks better than having a
Nothing.
nothing. Yeah, they are. Where's the scissors?
That I don't know.
Oh yeah, good idea.
Oh, I've got a pair here.
Sorry. But the reason we've got no tape is I allowed the Queen of Hearts to help themselves to whatever they wanted when they were here earlier this year. And I haven't been and restocked up Print Stick. And to be fair, anybody else who comes to the classroom, I usually say take what you want. So might be a good idea if I restock up and doing it. Doesn't that look fantastic?
Gorgeous.
What does everybody think, Laura?
Absolutely beautiful. Can't believe how gorgeous that rose actually looks. It's amazing, and
Finishes it
especially
off,
against the
doesn't
metallics of the dust on the cake. Yeah, it really does look fantastic. Lots and lots of positive comments. People saying it's beautiful, it's incredible. Thank you very much for your hard work, Amy. It really has been a fantastic live.
Been good fun. Been good fun.
Yeah.
No pressure.
No,
you done?
not at all.
Oh, we're done.
We're done.
We're done. Right, where's the ribbon? Come on, let's just show it this way, quick. Right, which does it go? Shiny side or that side?
Oh, whatever.
Whatever.
Do we really care?
No.
Have I cut it short after all that?
Does it?
Bloody cut it short. There you go.
There we go. There we go.
We'll put it on after. Right. So, guys, which camera are we on, Laura?
You're on the main one.
Hasn't she done fabulous? Absolutely amazing. Sorry about the ribbon, my fault. Absolutely amazing. I hope you've really enjoyed this live tonight. And thank you for just giving us time to go off, get some breathing space, come back, finish the live. And those of you who didn't manage to watch it all tonight because you all toddled off to bed, hopefully that you're going to watch it on the way it's pinned to the top of our page. You're going to come back, fast forward it all and watch this last little bit because we know that everybody couldn't stay with us. So good. So thank you very much. And Amy, have you enjoyed yourself in the kitchen?
I have again,
Yeah,
yes.
two very close together. Fantastic. So when are we going to get you back here again?
Oh, whenever you're needed.
There we go. So have a super time and we will see you next week.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.